What's going on, everybody? July 11th, 2021. It's Sunday. Free as fuck podcast with Marshall Holmes.
Yeah.
We got a list of shit to talk about today.
All right.
And we have a little less El Toro than yesterday.
Slightly less
El Toro.
Still
so
a
I
little
think
bit.
there's still a little bit.
bit.
But it's not going to be
No, it'll be a
the bowl. Look, we got a smaller bowl.
El Toro Light.
El Toro Light. All right. And we're going to get some of the other ones that you guys sent in as well. As
Sure.
requests. But we're going to kick the show off. I want to start the show off today where we ended with one of our viewers' comments here. And the question was, what is going to be the downfall of America? Gas prices, unemployment, taxes. Like, what thing is going to be basically the end all where people are like, fuck this, I'm out. And we either, look, I don't know what the end means. Does the end mean that people just start leaving? Does the end mean that they start revolting against the government? I don't know exactly what that means at the fall of Rome or something. But what's going to be the breaking point where people go, you know what? Enough of this shit. Because we've seen very small portions of that, right? We've seen like micro breaks in America, but we haven't seen like one where most people are like, all right, fuck it. And you stop what you're doing and you go out and you go, we're going to do something about this.
When you say downfall, do you mean like revolution? Do you mean, because I don't think there's anything that enough Americans agree on for any one issue to be the breaking point. If anything is gonna divide America, which I still don't even think it can be brought down, but if anything's going to divide America, right now it's race. There's no question right now, the biggest issue that it seems like everyone is talking about all the time is race, critical race theory. It seems to be the biggest element of what is consuming the news. I don't think it's as big of a deal as they're making it out to be. I think that people are able to digest information and form their own opinion. I think people are also able to look at their own lives and see how they're living it and see how things are actually impacting them. I don't think there's going to be a downfall. I mean, this is what I know about other parts of the world. We're worried about the downfall of America. Right. I had a friend who lived in Russia. And he told me, he's like, let me explain to you what it's like in Russia. He goes, if there's a major riot that happens in a town,
right,
no one's coming.
Okay.
No one's breaking up the riot. No one's showing up. There's no cops on the way. It's going to play out until the people are done fighting, rioting, doing whatever it is that they do. And that's Russia, which is, I would imagine, not on par with America, but certainly close to the type of authority setups that we have. Now, think of some of the other closer to third world countries that literally get overthrown all the time.
This is true.
They barely, their government is not close to stable. Haiti just had their president assassinated.
That's wild.
Insane.
I want to talk about that. I don't want to get off on yet, but yeah.
So the guy, I mean, look, all over the world, there's unstable governments. There's unhappy people. In America, most people, even if they're mad about something, we all live a pretty good day-to-day existence, even the worst people.
Right.
I've been homeless. I've been hungry. I still am always grateful that I'm in America homeless and hungry than anywhere else.
Right.
And there's no reason to revolt. Now, this is what I think could... If the government decides to crack down with what is it called when they make everybody stay inside and they make and they're driving through, driving through and we're not allowed to leave our houses between this hour and that hour. if we get to the point where the government is now militarily on a daily basis enforcing the laws on our lives that we don't want enforced and making us stay inside like the quarantine, but with military enforcement.
Okay.
I believe that would be the point where people would start, because we can still communicate.
Right. Yeah.
And we would be able to say to each other, hey, man, I got a gun. You got a gun.
We got some grenades.
We got, I'm trained in weapons. We can make shit in our house. They can blow shit up. I mean, if you look at, we went to Iraq and they had improvised explosive devices that fucked up our guys.
Oh, yeah.
You don't think Americans could make some improvised explosive devices that would fuck up?
Yeah, there's several instances where that has happened.
Of course.
Kind of a big deal.
Right, exactly.
Like in the 90s.
Right.
People
People are blowing up buildings.
That building, I'm going to fuck that.
Right. So
and they did.
And
I don't know. I think that my opinion on it would be that our country is big enough. There's enough people. There's enough freedom already, from free speech to things that you can go do. And we're also we're so diverse in class. And I say class is a word not to say like someone's lower, middle, upper class, whatever. So divisive. In there's such a wide gap where you've got guys that are homeless and you've got billionaires that live in the same city. And they all, one of them isn't shitting on the other one constantly during the day. They all coexist, right? We all coexist together for the most part, pretty much okay, right? There's no war against, no one's going down to Midtown, and there's not like a whole bunch of really impoverished people banging down the doors in Buckhead. It's not really happening. So
not
but you know
all the time.
No, but
But it does happen.
You know what I'm getting at, though. We're not. We don't have that. We all coexist fairly well together.
No, so and hopefully we help each other out.
Right, and things like gas prices. Look, you're just gonna pay for it. That's not. Right. It could be $25 a gallon. You're gonna drive less and be more angry when you drive, but you're still gonna buy the gas because you need the gas.
Right.
And there's not one. Yeah, there's not one thing. And honestly, in our country, even if they did impose some kind of military lockdown, there's a good chunk of people that are going to be like, okay, I'm for that. For no reason other than they just follow whatever their party does.
No, I get it.
I don't think people would have.
Some people would go along, but I can tell you this: even as somebody who I'm not into violence. I'm non-confrontational. I'll go to a protest. I'll yell some shit at people. But man, I'm not looking to fucking fight somebody to the death. I mean, I will, but it has to. I have to feel that my life is threatened, and I feel like if people feel their lives are threatened, and that's always the thing to me, even when I'm in a situation with the cops. If I feel like, and I've been damn close with the cops, but if I feel like, all right, this is a choice now between my life and my death, then I will fight. Outside of that, I'm not gonna. I had some asshole. This asshole tracked me down at the gym the other night, mad as shit, because I pretended to be his girlfriend, texting, making funny ass comments on the text message to him. He tracked me down, coming to my fucking gym, waited outside the gym, sat in the car sweating, had his shirt off, thought he had muscles. And I'm walking into the gym, this motherfucker pulls up on me, fucking ready to fight. Breathing hard, spitting, fucking asshole, I'll fuck you up. I'm like, dude, man, I ain't fighting. There's no threat to my. I feel like that's the government.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the government. They're always trying to like impose some bullshit and stir some shit up. But honestly, in terms of how it actually impacts my life, I'm gonna. If it's against the law, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Here's what I'm gonna say.
I don't care.
I'm gonna say the downfall of America would not come from anything that the populace does. Nothing that me and you or a mass group of people will do. The downfall of our country would come from the 500 people who run this motherfucker in the Congress, the Senate, House Representatives, the White House, and the handful of outside influences with big pockets with major influence. They're the ones that could steer our country into a shithole.
Well,
For sure.
but here's the best thing about America. Even if that happened, and 500 people fucked things up so bad that we were like, holy shit. There's no doubt in my mind we could rebuild it better than it is right now inside of a week. Is there anybody out there who's so fucking sold on how things are going right now, who so believes so strongly that they're doing our government is doing such a great job that we couldn't just be like, all right, man, we can come up with some better shit than this right now. We could sit around a table and come up with a list of rules that are better than what we're currently following.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there are people that believe that. I mean, that's a sad reality. They're like, they're doing great. This is the best it's ever been. And you're like, what are you talking about? They're like, all of my channels work on cable. My power goes out occasionally. They deliver food to my house. I don't have to. This is amazing. And you're like, there's nothing to do with
There's
that.
more to life.
I mailed 7 votes in. It was great. All right, so we got a couple people in here. We got Big Boy Prince. Good to see you, sir. He's joined quite a few of them. We got Clara Nielsen. I don't want to butcher it. We got Luke up in here. So we got some listeners here that are coming in. And Clara had a suggestion for a topic, rolling into whether or not they're doing a great job. And that is Joe Biden has brought up the fact that he wants to do door-to-door vaccines. He wants to send people door-to-door to give you a shot. What I find hilarious about the vaccine thing is all of the memes on like TikTok and shit where they're like the gym guys or whatever. They're like, man, I've been getting weekly vaccines in the parking lot. I'm lifting 50 more pounds. My bench went up. I'm going to keep going, you know?
I mean,
all the people getting vaccinated under the bridges in LA.
I don't know, man. I will say this for myself. I ain't fucking getting it. I'm not getting vaccinated. I watch every day. I watch every day on television 50 different commercials about drugs that are supposed to somehow make your life better. 50. They have them so specific to symptoms that you could possibly be experiencing. I mean, the most minor discomfort that you could possibly have in your life, there is something that you can inject, that you can attach to your body. It's not even just injections anymore. They'll embed it into your skin. There's all kinds of shit that they're now trying to convince people to fucking do. For any minor discomfort, for the slightest, are you experiencing when you're sometimes in your bath? Are you not? Is there a muscle that twitches in your ankle? If that happens, we have the. And I'm just like, brother, what the fuck?
Know what it is?
I'm not like putting that shit in my body, man.
It's like Miss Cleo. It's like a clairvoyant who guesses at something so vague and then just builds on it. They're like, do you have muscle aches? Back pain, toe pain.
Yes.
You have diarrhea
every
day.
Do
you breathe oxygen?
I fight. Right.
Are you tired of breathing oxygen?
Right. Exact. Man, dude.
It's
look,
crazy.
so many fucking different things that you can get. And my whole philosophy is, fucking be healthy in your own way. And I don't even mean be healthy like you have to follow a certain diet. I sure as fuck don't. I eat fast food. I drink tequila all the time. I do all kinds of things that are not necessarily healthy, but they're fine for me. They make me feel the way I want to feel, and I'm not putting any more garbage. I don't trust it. I don't believe them. Even in the commercials where they're advertising for the products, the things that the product is going to do to you are usually, I'm listening, I'm like, that is 1,000 times fucking worse than what the person is experiencing. You have a little rash on your elbow, you might want to fucking take this pill. It may make you want to kill yourself. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Why would I take a pill that makes me want to die? That's one of the most serious side effects that I hear of almost everything out there. May lead to thoughts of suicide. I hear it all the time for probably half the things I give you. Why would anybody look? There are people out there right now fighting not to kill themselves right this second. There are people out there in the world right now, they're thinking to themselves, can I come up with one reason not to fucking kill myself? And for some reason, we have a medical community that is out there advertising solutions to health problems where one of the side effects is this may make you want to kill yourself. Well, how could that possibly be better than what you're currently experiencing? There's no way.
There's no way.
There's no way. So I'm just saying, I'm not putting any more shit in my body. I'm not putting the vaccine.
That has been.
And what is the combination of all this shit going to do once it gets inside of you?
Yeah, who knows? That has been something that is hardly, the only people I hear talking about it is maybe some YouTubers, some podcasts. I know Rogan was huge the whole pandemic. Like, look, why don't you, instead of just locking yourself in your basement, why don't you go outside and get some vitamin D? Like 89% of people are vitamin D deficient. What's one thing that helps fight this disease? I don't know, vitamin D. Oh, wow, that's crazy. But you want us to stay inside. And but America doesn't promote healthy lifestyles,
right,
like they do medicine. Healthy lifestyles does not make people rich.
Because our medical treatment is all based on profit. And
Right.
that's the one element to me of our society that absolutely should not be based on capitalism. It should be based on providing a healthy life for people. And it's not. In fact, it's the exact opposite. Those doctors do not want to cure you. People have said to me, why don't we think of all the billions of dollars that have been invested in curing cancer.
Oh, man.
Billions.
More
They
than
do so many cancer raising. They've been raising my whole existence, my entire life. I have watched
Round it up.
one event after another where they're trying to raise money for cancer research. We've been to the fucking moon. We can fucking we have computers. We're walking around with computers in our fucking hand with the technology, and still there's not a cure for cancer. Bull fucking shit. I guarantee you there is already a cure for cancer.
Cure for cancer is being healthy.
And the reason that they don't want to fucking let it out is because the money is in treating cancer. The money is in letting somebody get cancer, making sure that as many people as possible get cancer, and then treating it.
Right.
And they have got entire industries that are devoted to treating it. They've got radiation therapists, they've got dosimetrists, they've got physicists. You go to a cancer treatment facility, it's going to cost a couple $100,000 with no guaranteed outcome. When I know for sure they could stop us from getting in the first place.
So my dad had prostate cancer maybe 10 years ago. I'm gonna say it's probably about 10 years ago. So he got high PSA count, whatever, and he opted to go. He went to California for treatment, and they did this thing where they I don't know, I couldn't explain it, but he did this non-invasive treatment, and he was there for 6 months, right? And then he left,
right?
And his PSA count's normal, and the prostate cancer's gone,
Nice,
non-existent. So he really he didn't take chemo and didn't have all those things. They had some other things
Sure.
they did for it. Now, on the flip side, my buddy that lives here now had a prostate cancer issue recently. This is within the last 6 months. And he finds out that he's got a high level, whatever. They're going to go in there and they're going to do something it wasn't like it was a surgery to remove whatever it was that was not good in his body. Surgery goes well, he comes out, and now he has he had a complication. It was they don't know if it was directly related to the surgery or whatever, but his lower back, his discs, basically, he was in excruciating pain, just laying around. And now he's active. He's 50. I want to say he's 54-ish, early 50s. Very active. Hikes, does mountain biking, wakeboards. I mean, he's an active guy.
Wow.
Right? He was just at the Grand Canyon, hiking that and all this.
I would like to live his life.
So he was very active.
Sounds
And
like a
this
great
put
life.
him down,
Right.
down.
Sure.
Couldn't get out of bed, bedridden
Right.
for weeks, catheter like bat. And I just saw him yesterday, and I was like, how you doing? He's like, I'm not doing good. He's like, honestly, they don't know what's wrong with me. He's on 24 doses a day of medication. He's like 24 doses of various medications. And he's like, I don't know. I didn't take a little bit for one day, and I felt like shit, and I feel like I'm going to be addicted to this stuff because I have to take it, and I have to wean off of it.
Well,
and he's really thoroughly concerned. I'm concerned for him.
We don't make any effort at all, zero effort to prevent people from getting cancer. People can lead a month a much healthier lifestyle. I know I can only speak most directly about my mother's experience. My mother was having some intestinal problems. She was like, "I'm going to the doctor. I'm going to get diagnosed. They're going to find out what the problem is." She went to the doctor and she called me the next day and she's like, "There's cancer all over my body, from my abdomen all the way up to my chest." So I went to visit her literally the next day, and she went from being perfectly healthy to, once she got this diagnosis, she was bedridden almost immediately, which didn't make sense to me, but
Right.
somehow that was the sequence.
If she never went to the doctor, would she have been bedridden?
I don't know. She wasn't bedridden. She was experiencing some discomfort.
Right.
She went to the doctor. They were like, "You got cancer from your abdomen all the way up to your chest." And I will say that when I went to visit her the next day, while I was sitting there, they had what appeared to be a salesman come into the room and try to sell both me and my mother on a. Now, she was consumed with cancer.
Right.
It was everywhere. There was almost zero possibility she was going to be able to overcome it. And they had like a salesman come in and try to pitch her and me on this treatment program that they could try. And I'm asking them, what are the chances of survival if she goes through this? Because what it sounded like was extremely painful, extremely difficult. It wasn't going to be something pleasant. She was going to lose all of her hair, all of her senses. She was going to be basically a vegetable until potentially she died. And they were like, "Well, but this is," and I'm like, "Man, my mom looked at him and she's like, never mind. I'm good. I'm just going to ride this out, whatever long it is." 3 weeks later, she was gone. And I'll just say, it seemed like it seemed almost giddy to bring that person in the room and try to pitch her on this treatment program that was going to cost, who knows, $1 million between when she got it and when she died versus her just sitting in a bed and not getting any treatment. Yeah. They seemed like, the guy seemed like he's trying to sell me a new car.
You're trying to sell him a new car.
And I'm like, dude, man, my mother's sitting here in the final stages of her life. She's going to be gone. I want her to live with some dignity. Is this dignity? Are you in here trying to sell her dignity? Because you know it, and I know with her condition, she's not going to live. What's the best? I looked at him, I was like, what would you tell your own mother? He didn't even say anything. He didn't even respond. I felt like he was not prepared for that. He thought we were just going to lap up what he was selling and be like, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's give it a shot." My mom was just like, "No, I'm good. I've had a good life. I don't want to live my last few days with," I asked her, I was like, "Do you want to do this?" And she was like, "No, I don't. I'll just lay in this bed. I'll say goodbye to the people that I know. I'll have them come by. And I want them to see me with my hair. I want them to see me sitting up and talking, and they can give me pain medication and I'll take it. And then I'll just be gone." And she was gone in 3 weeks. And I just feel like it just made me so angry because I was like, to them, it was just about money. There was no concern. And I don't believe that we get the best doctors under the system that we currently have. People that become doctors, people that go into the medical profession, a lot of times they're going into that. They're making the sacrifices that they do because somehow they believe they're going to become rich if they become a doctor. And I feel like we would do so much better if we had a medical system that was set up where people we give you whatever you want, but we want people that want to take care of people. We want people that want to make people healthy. And we don't do that at all. We want to treat people with a problem. We give them a drug that is not only not really going to cure what's wrong with them, but is probably going to create another problem for them that we're going to treat with something else. And it makes people addicted to opioids. It's a perfect example.
That is a good example. Look, Clara here says she has one medication. If she didn't have insurance, it'd be over $20,000 a shot. That's insane.
What the fuck?
Now think about this.
How does that even fucking make any sense?
I don't know. I think about, we go back to like 2008 to, the Obama presidency. When they came out and said, we want to have, everyone must have health insurance. I was like, I don't need health insurance. No way you need to have it. But I haven't been to a doctor in 25 years. I don't get sick. If I do need, like, if I had strep throat, I'll go to urgent care and it's like $130. But you want me to pay $200 a month or more for insurance at the age I was, and I never need it for anything. But now I have that, or I get fined. Well, who's making out on that deal?
Well, think about this. Here's what I can tell you. The insurance companies, who are the barrier between human beings and medical care in our country, make billions of dollars. We spend billions of dollars that they make in profits that could go to medical treatment.
Right.
But doesn't go to medical treatment.
Yeah.
It goes into the pocket of the executives of these companies, and they do everything they can to perpetuate their system. I'll never forget. I don't remember which candidate it was running, but I remember that his big thing was they want to take away your health plan. And you're happy with your health plan. I'm thinking to myself, I don't even fucking know anyone who has a health plan. I don't know one fucking person that has a health plan, much less is happy with their health plan. Here's what I do know about the handful of people that I've ever met in my life with a health plan. Anytime they've had a serious fucking problem, their health plan didn't fucking cover it.
I can tell you this. Robbie had, my buddy, he has health insurance. And to get the procedure that he needed done for his cancer out of pocket, $30,000 up front before he could even go in. He had health insurance.
Right.
But 30 grand just to go in the door. And if you didn't pay it, guess what? No treatment.
Absolutely. And by the way, just in case anyone is fucking curious, the people who make these laws, the people who are in charge of this country, they all have a fully paid for health plan paid for by us. The people who stand every day and prevent every single one of us from having a health care coverage plan that most civilized countries in the world have for all their citizens. The people that are in charge of this country all have a taxpayer-funded healthcare insurance plan that pays for everything. They don't have one single out-of-pocket expense. I don't give a shit if they have a sniffle or if they have the worst brain tumor you could possibly come up with.
True.
They're getting 100. You saw what happened to the fucking president.
Oh, yeah. No,
he got COVID. He got COVID. They helicoptered his ass to the fucking hospital, and he was receiving almost illegal experimental treatments blasted into his body. They blasted him with like 5 of the most intense fucking steroids and drugs you could possibly do. And in like 10 minutes, he was like, I'm fine. I'm completely fucking fine. I'm good.
Like, get me
I
in the
got
car.
COVID. Other people are are gasping for fucking air.
Yeah, think about that.
The average person, there were people that died in line to get tested for COVID.
Yeah, and
Regular
let's
citizens.
be completely honest. He is a high-risk individual.
by every
measure
measure.
of Dr. Fauci's statements. That dude should have died immediately.
Should have never. Right.
You know, but no, he was fine. He did a parade.
So
he was great.
by the way, what that means is anybody that got it could have been saved.
I would say
if they had
most people
could have been saved if they had received the same level of urgent care that we gave to our president. Maybe not the 90. I don't know what the stats are on who actually died from it. We know 600,000 people. Who the fuck knows if that's true? Who the fuck knows who those people are? But I can tell you this: if Trump was able to overcome it in 10 minutes, then anybody else out there that got it, if they had received the same level of urgency, in other words, oh, I got a sniffle, I might have COVID. Oh, boom! We're gonna put a squad of the 30 best doctors in the world on this for you. They could have been saved. And I'm saying that's what we are all entitled to. That's what we should all be getting. Nobody should be fucking dying of a curable disease in America.
Yeah.
That's
No,
the
you're
part
right.
that pisses me off.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, we have we almost have too many protections for you to get the treatment that you need. Like, all right, we have a drug. Will it work? Yeah, like 99% is probably going to work. They're like, well, what's the 1%? We can't risk 1%. We need 100%. Well, 99%. They're like, and then meanwhile, they're giving you something
You always have
over
to-
the counter
Yeah.
that's going to give you crazy side effects.
Yeah.
You know,
You always
like, oh, we can't risk it. You're like, well, what's going to happen if we
to
don't?
me, honestly, and I know people are going to hate it when I say this. I know people don't like it when I say this, but to me, that is honestly that is the problem with capitalism: is that we turn everything into how do we make the most money instead of how do we solve the most problems. And I'll look at the three biggest problems that we have in America that drive me insane and should not exist. We have homeless people, we have hungry people, and we have people that can't get medical care. And to me, it makes no sense that in this day and age, 2021, in this country, with all the wealth that we have, all the technology that we have, all of the access that we have to information, that there's any reason for us to have homeless, hungry, or unhealth care taking care of people in this country. It makes no sense. And the only thing that is preventing that from happening is greed. The only thing that stands in the way of those problems being solved is greed. And that to me is what drives me to try to make change. Look, I love America, but I don't love capitalism. I don't. Any system that allows people to be homeless, hungry, or die from a solvable healthcare problem, to me, is not the best system. But they try to tie capitalism into patriotism, and those two things have nothing to do with each other.
Those are two very different things, for sure. For sure. That's a good topic. It's a good.
I liked it.
That's a good one.
I don't even know where it came from.
It came right off of our chat here.
Oh, man.
We got a couple people down here. Says that our kids make too much money when they were talking about Obamacare, so they just paid the fine. Yeah, man. Look, it's a crazy place, man.
And by the way,
It's a crazy
and just
idea.
so that anybody, Obamacare didn't solve shit.
No, it didn't solve anything.
It didn't solve shit. It was one of the lamest steps of providing people with health care you could ever imagine. If you didn't get the coverage, you paid a fine. If you did get the coverage, it didn't cover shit.
Right.
I knew people who had it. And
It was terrible.
it was worthless. Completely worthless.
Yeah. No, that's pretty crazy. All right, let's see. What else we got on our topic list here, Marshall? What else we got?
Well, I gave you the list, but
You gave me the list. I
will go
typed it
back
into
through.
the
I will go back through.
tag. Where do you wanna
We
go to
have.
next? Let's go to Virgin Galactic. Let's go to Virgin, because I know that was on there.
Rocket launch.
Rocket launch. Virgin Galactic today. And they were saying in the live stream, I watched it because I watched the Virgin Galactic stock because I like to trade stocks. And, I watched I didn't watch it live, but I watched the replay of it. And I watched the test launch. And I thought to myself today, and I was texting a guy that follows me on the channel that we trade stocks and stuff together. And I was like, he was up there for 3 minutes. And then they came back and landed. And it cost how much fucking money and fuel and everything to go up there to look down and go, Earth, yay, I did it. And then come back. Virgin Galactic, by doing what they're doing, solves no problem.
Right.
It's just an epic bolster of money.
Well, but do you know what's already waiting for him
Waiting for who? Richard Branson?
when he came back down? There are already
There's
thousands of people.
600 people that have prepaid.
Is it
for
only
flights.
600?
600. It's $250,000 a ticket.
All right.
That is the world's most expensive
What's 600 times
carnival
200?
ride.
And let me assure you
It's
that
not enough.
list is going to grow.
Dude,
That
RPGs.
list is going to grow.
Let
There's
me
people
tell you-
out there that have it, man. There's
Let me
people out
t-
there that have it that will spend it.
Let me tell
Plenty
you,
of people who have it that will spend it.
the
that will
only
do it.
way Virgin Galactic makes any sense is if, I think the entire flight was maybe 30 minutes or something from the time they took off to the time he landed.
Right.
The only way this entire endeavor makes sense is if you take it, you launch some people up to 200,000 feet, they light the fucking booster, they fly across Earth and land somewhere else in 45 minutes. You go from here to Japan, 45 minutes, You go from here to Australia in 45 minutes.
Bro,
we're solving problems. That's worth
right,
it.
but it ain't about solving problems.
No.
It's about making money. And here's what I can tell you: is there's
Well,
people that are going to pay that fuck.
money.
There's people that are going to pay that money. There's people that are excited about it. It doesn't matter. Now, will the technology will grow? The ability.
No, the technology.
They will get to the point where you can get to the fucking moon and back. Yeah,
Virgin Galactic
definitely.
will never get to that point. However, when we look at what happened today, and I was texting
100 years ago, they got the plane off the ground for 50 feet.
First of all, we're not talking about 100 years ago. We're talking about 2021.
Right.
We're talking about, we are celebrating the fact that Richard Branson took a small plane, attached it to a big plane,
Right.
launched
I saw
it
it.
to 286,000 feet for 3 minutes, unclipped, floated around, and landed back on Earth.
Sure.
Meanwhile, Elon Musk is going to launch a goddamn skyscraper to Mars. He's already launched a skyscraper 10 miles and landed it. He's decades ahead of Branson,
Okay,
right? If
well,
Elon Musk
sure.
wanted to go fly around low Earth
So
orbit,
what-
he'd have done it in his Model S.
What do you think their motivation is behind doing it? Why do you think
The
they're
entire
doing it?
reason that Richard Branson wants to do it is because Richard Branson wants to do it. The only reason I want to go to space. He can't just go be an astronaut, but he's rich. And he thought maybe if I have enough money, I could build my own little thing and we can go do this. And I know some other rich people who would pay to go on it. And it's just dumb. It's just dumb. It's not, they're researching. He's decades behind Musk.
Ultimately, that technology will be used in some way that will benefit
What
people.
technology? There's no technology.
No technology.
Hello.
Could you
He
could
built
you
a
could
big
you,
plane.
Could you
He
build
strapped
a plane?
small plane to the plane. He
Right.
launched it and was like, "Listen, if we launch another plane from the big plane, we can get up higher."
And then-
Elon Musk, you know how big SN20 is? The
No,
next
I
rocket to go up. You know how big it is?
I don't.
400 fucking feet tall.
That's nice.
That is the
impressive.
Statue of Liberty.
Okay.
10 miles straight up.
I'm not
10
an
miles.
astronaut at all.
It's insane.
I don't understand any of this shit. But here's what I
Branson
do
lands
like.
a freaking small jet.
As much as I don't like rich people, and I don't like rich people, I don't even like overly more than comfortable rich people. As much as I don't like, what I do like is I like for us to be advanced technologically, to be able to do shit that we are not able to do on a regular basis right now. Now, is that singularly impressive that he was able to do that today? Compared to what? I mean,
The
who else
first
can do-
billionaire
is there?
to go up there.
There's another guy that can do it, and he's going to do it next week or a week from now, whatever. He's going to do something better. Somebody else will come along and do something better. I like to see us, man. You know what?
I get
Ultimately,
that.
I'd like to be able to contact other people somewhere in the world, somewhere in the universe. I'd like to, and if we're building towards that, I think that's good. Now, it's not going to happen in my lifetime. It's not going to happen in your lifetime. You're younger than me. You're still not going to happen. When I'm gone, you're still alive. It's nice. It's still not going to happen. But maybe my son will see us make contact. Maybe his son
Right.
will see us make contact. Because there's people out there. Or
There's people out there
there's
working on
little-
ways to do something. My thing is that with Virgin Galactic is like, it's the world's most expensive carnival ride. That's all.
I
we're looking
agree.
at. And the technology there, it's not. If Elon Musk wanted to just go up high and look at Earth, he'd have done it 10 years ago.
Right.
Right. And he's like, all right, listen, I'm going to send somebody around the moon and back. Like, we're going back to the moon. Elon Musk is
I
going to
want
the
to
moon.
see
with
somebody
NASA.
that
2
sends
years.
us outside of the solar system. That's what I want.
Hey,
to see.
man, look, we can
I
send
would
you out there
love-
right now. It's a one-way
You gotta
ticket.
be able to-
motherfucker.
you got to be able to bring it. You got to be able to bring it. That's the
No,
thing.
there's no bringing you back.
You got to be
You're
able to
just
bring
going.
people back. You got to be able to bring. When we can do that, like I see this. I don't know. I think it's Dr. Pepper. There's like a commercial where they send people 50 years into the future and they come back with the Dr. Pepper that's available now. And I just think to myself, man, I know it's a stupid commercial, but how cool would that be if that could actually be done? And I guarantee you, in other universes that have been millions of years around before us, they're doing that. We've talked about UFOs on this. There are people right now. There are other that are hovering over us and just watching us fumble fuck our way through life.
That's it, man. We're just
And-
dude, we're
and-
barely beyond apes.
Right,
Honest to God, we're barely beyond. There's a couple of us that are beyond apes. The rest of us just go to the Apple store.
Right now, while we're in the
and we
middle
can
of
do
that, we're fighting over $7.25 an hour.
We are,
and
man. We're just fighting over
and
dumb
we're
shit. Look,
fighting over
you want to
stupid
know what
shit.
we're fighting over? I saw this right here. 3 shot outside barbershop after an argument between 2 men over who won foot race a month ago. Tell me that's not a headline from 6 BC.
Here's what I will say. Right before COVID, at the bar that I was working at, we had a day of foot races. That it was a day of drinking that turned into a day of foot races among guys who had played high school football 30 years ago. And there was money on the line. There was pride on the line. There were guys out in the parking lot. The next day, the manager pulled us all aside and he's like, all right, guys, I watched the cameras from yesterday's work that you were supposed to be doing. Can anyone explain to me why a big crowd of people was out in the parking lot running sprints? And we're like, hey, man, pride was on the line. Guys were trying to prove who's the fastest guy. I'm not saying I agree with killing the other guy over it, but I definitely understand wanting to be
All I'm
faster
saying is,
than the other guy. And
on July 11, 2021, Richard Branson went to space.
Sure.
And 2 people died because they disagreed with who won a foot race. That is the current status of humans.
Well, and hopefully
That's all I'm saying.
we are trying to do something to advance the argument to something
Holy
else. Let's try to find the 2 guys who are about to argue about a foot race and try to get them to put their energies into something.
Have you ever
else.
thought about going to low Earth orbit? We should talk about it.
All
right.
right. What
Let's
do we
move
got?
on. Virgin Galactic, we talked about. Let's go.
We are pulling out of Afghanistan. Does it matter to anyone? Does anyone give a
Matters to the
shit?
people who are in Afghanistan.
We have been fighting in Afghanistan for 20 fucking years. We have now sent so many people to Afghanistan to fight that we currently have kids in Afghanistan whose fathers fought in Afghanistan, and now they are fighting in Afghanistan.
Afghanistan
And
is
we're leaving them.
Let me
We're
tell
just
you.
rolling out. We're like adios, motherfucker. We're not. There's no like checking out. There's no like, hey, here's this, here's that. We're leaving shit. We're leaving guns. We're leaving fucking tanks. We're just
Let me
we're
tell
like,
you.
goodbye. We're gone.
Afghanistan is the meet me outside of Earth. Like, hey, you pissed me off? Meet me outside. We go to Afghanistan and we settle it there. Everyone just meets in that dirt hole and they just fucking fight
No
it
one's
out.
been able to win a war in Afghanistan ever.
Well, I mean,
They're
there's no
fighting
winner.
on horseback against fucking nuclear capability countries,
This is true.
and they're winning every time.
It's just
You
sheer
cannot
luck.
fucking beat them.
Look, you
They
can't
will
unfuck
not
them. They
fucking
got the
stop
people.
fighting.
No.
They if you're Afghanistan, if you're born in Afghanistan, if you are an Afghanistan citizen, you are born with the ability to fight to the death. It's really the only thing you know how to do. I would love to be in an Afghanistan school and see what the fuck they're teaching those kids.
Right, you
Because
know?
I'm sure what they're telling them is we get invaded by everybody. Already, we're getting ready to leave. We've been there 20 years killing fucking people. I don't even know how many people we've killed. I'm sure we can look up how many Afghanistan people we've killed since we've been there. We've killed a shitload of them. There's already like 7 other awful fucking countries that are getting ready the second we leave to invade Afghanistan and attack the fucking people of Afghanistan. And the Afghanistan people are sitting there and they're like, fucking bring it on. What the fuck? We just kicked we just kicked America out. We just outlasted the American army.
Yeah.
Bring it on. Iraq, go ahead. Russia, go ahead. China, go ahead. We don't give a fuck. We're Afghanistans. We're on fucking horseback and we're gonna fucking win.
Well, I can tell you this. Watson.brown.edu says 241,000 people have been killed in Afghanistan and Pakistan
insane.
war since 2001. More than 71,000 of those killed have been civilians.
That's insane.
Imagine
insane.
killing
Think
71,000
how many fucking
civilians.
pissed off fucking family members there are.
Well, yeah, there's
71,000.
generation, at least one generation of pissed off family members.
Exactly.
It's so wild.
Yeah, but here's my question, because on the news all day long they're like, oh, this is so stupid. We should be. Tell me a solution to that problem. Staying there longer for what?
Yeah,
How much longer do we stay there, and what are we actually trying to accomplish? Here's what I've heard about it. The Afghanistan people all fucking hate each other. Right. They're all fighting with each other. There's no unification among them. They have.
Well, why do you think that Iran is out there in the middle of all of this, and Iran hates fucking everybody? You can't go to Iran. Like, let me tell you, if you wanted to just go there.
The one thing that unifies.
I'll
tell you the one thing that unifies all of these fucking countries now, and I don't feel like it was like this my whole life. But now they are literally, I feel like, all over the world looking at each other and saying to themselves, look, I know we don't like each other, but we both fucking hate Americans. We fucking hate Americans. And even though we're not going to get along, let's try to come up with some fucking shit we can do that'll just piss them off. They can't beat us. Nobody is going to invade America. Nobody is going to beat us in a war on our home turf.
No.
Here, when we're at home, we're good. You're not coming here and beating us. I don't give a shit if you're China, fucking Russia, whatever. You ain't coming over here and fucking beating us. We're going to defend our land down to the last fucking American is going to stand there and be like, come on, motherfuckers. So we're good. But they always want to draw us overseas into some shit, and then they'd love to do like a tiny little dink. We blew up a building.
Right.
Boom. We blew up a plane. Boom. We did. They'll plan for 30 fucking years. One little thing that they can do just to get some guys over here. They pretend they're American and pretend they're having a good time and pretend they're loving their life, and then they'll do some crazy shit. That's hard to fight, but you can't win. You can't win that with a war. You certainly can't win that by going over and killing 71,000 civilians. What the fuck? Think about how many of those were kids.
A lot.
And what would you do if a country invaded our country and started murdering our children and being like, well, that's just the cost of freedom. That's the price you paid for freedom. I'd be like, motherfucker, the price I pay for freedom is not the death of my fucking child. That's not freedom. This is freedom. Murdering my child is not freedom. And so we should just leave. And I think, fuck giving notice. Fuck telling, look, it's you think Afghanistan is suddenly going to unify? They're going to be over there fighting anyway. They're going to be fighting each other. They're not going to keep whoever goes in there.
It's true.
Russia was in Afghanistan most of my childhood, and they could not fucking win. And it was an international joke that the Afghanistans were beating the shit out of Russia. We used to laugh about it when I was a kid. They were like, man.
Well, we also have as the United States has rules of engagement, we have war, but we also have a civilized version of war. And if you fight somebody that does not have rules of engagement,
right?
They don't give a shit. They're like, all right, well, hey, how old is that kid? 7. Give him a gun, send him in there. See what he can do.
Right.
And over here, we're like, all right, don't shoot at him unless they shoot at you first.
Not just give him a gun, buddy. They'll strap a bomb to his ass and have him walk in and pretend like he's friends with everybody, and he'll.
The reason you'll never defeat someone,
you can't beat anybody like that.
You can't beat like that. Yeah, we're playing one game, and they're playing a game with no rules.
Yeah,
and so
by the way, just to throw another topic out there, rules of war has got to be one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever heard in my entire life. There are literally people that think they're so powerful and high and mighty that they got together at the Geneva Convention and came together from around the world, and they're so rich and so powerful and so fucking amazing and so impressed with themselves that they sat down and they wrote out a list of rules for war. And let me assure you that while these dumbass motherfuckers were sitting around writing out the rules of fucking war, not one single fucking one of them was in any jeopardy of having to ever fight in an actual fucking war. And that's the thing always about war.
I watched this this series on YouTube before, and it was like they do like a young person in a thing and an old person. It's like someone who fought in, say, the Afghan War was having an interview with someone who fought World War II, kind of thing. And like, what was the difference of the years, like 50 years or something, right, between these two men, or whatever it was. And I remember one of the guys that was talking about, like, I don't know if it was World War II or it was definitely out there. It was an older war because the guy was in his 80s, and he's like, at some point, you're just a dude in a field with another dude, and the only reason that you are going to kill that dude is because your country wants you to kill that dude. And the only reason he is going to kill you is because his country wants him to kill you.
And first of
and
all,
if we just met at a coffee shop, neither one of us would want to kill each other.
Bro, and it's not even a country that wants you to do it. It's some rich fucking prick. It's some rich ass mother. Let me tell you something. There ain't no fucking Afghanistan dude ever done shit to me. I've never had a problem with an Afghanistan guy.
I don't know that I've ever met one.
I don't know that it's possible to make it out of Afghanistan. I don't know that if you're born in Afghanistan, I would guess at this point, in my entire life, there's always been a war in Afghanistan. Yeah. Always. Whether it was Russia, whether it was us, whether it was them fighting each other, there's always been a war. I would guess they just wake up and fight. And they're not necessarily making it anywhere. But I'm saying, in terms of myself, I haven't fought an Afghanistan person, and I don't understand why. When we go to war, it's not our country that's sending people to war. It's old rich ass people that don't want their old rich ass fucking shit fucked up by other people. And I'm just saying, man, we could run, the world could be better. Yeah. The world could be better.
That's for sure. That's for sure. All right, man. What else we got?
Let's see what we got. All right. We talked about Afghanistan. We talked about the rocket launch. Did we talk about the Green New Deal? Have we discussed the Green New Deal?
We've not discussed the Green New Deal. We could see that. It's a long one here.
I would just say this, and to initiate the conversation.
Okay.
The level of weather that we are experiencing is undeniable. Go right now in different parts of America, the streets are melting. I'm not making that up. We're not experiencing it here. I get it. We're in Georgia. It should be hot as fuck. We've had a nice ass summer so far. It hasn't been crazy. I know, because for most of it, I live outside. When you live outside, you're very in tune with the fucking weather. And it's been a nice summer. I've had some rough summers here. I've definitely had some rough summers other places as a rough summer. But right now, out in like the western part of our country, man, they're expecting to hit some of the hottest temperatures ever recorded on Earth.
That's every year.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Every year.
World record temperatures. 100. I think they said right now there are places where there's 131.
Come on.
Look it up, bro.
Googling it.
Look it up. Look it up.
What am I going to Google for this?
Yesterday, temperature 131 degrees. Somewhere out there in America.
Death Valley hits 130 degrees.
Fuck!
Highest temperature in the last 90 years.
And that's fucking insane.
130.
By the way, I've been to Death Valley.
I've been to
Death Valley. I've been to Death Valley. You know what's out there? You know what's in Death Valley?
Yeah.
The National Training Center for the military. I trained there back in 86, 87.
So, but it says that the high of 134 was in 1913. So it's been hot before. In 1913, there definitely wasn't as polluted. I mean,
let's take a look. Let's take a look at the world. Let's take a. We're hitting 100. 30 degrees.
We're back to the 1913s.
The ocean's on fire.
Yeah, well, the ocean's on fire because a pipe burst. And then
Okay. The ocean is on
which is really cool to look at. It's like a fucking devil's eye in the middle
the
of the
ocean's on fire. We're headed into hurricane season.
Yeah.
We are headed into wildfire season.
Yeah.
Let's take a look because we're going to be here now. We
I will say this.
Potentially being here almost every day.
We're
going to be here. We're going to be here talking about shit.
First off, there's been 0 Sharknadoes. Exhibit A.
Up until now.
0
Up
Sharknadoes.
until now. Everything's a fantasy until it starts happening. First time a fucking shark lands in your goddamn yard. Are you going to be like, now it's time to do something?
Well,
Are you going to wait for that to actually happen?
Listen, I'm going to get a hold of Tara Reid. We're going to figure some shit out.
Goddamn right. I will say this. An underappreciated actress in her own right. Tara Reid, wherever you are, I was always a fan. Always a fan. I thought you had some damn fine work. I don't even remember what else you were in besides Sharknado, but I know you did a damn good job.
I don't know. She's hot.
You know,
So,
I mean, she did a good job. She was a
she's
good.
She's doing those movies with the
She was a
90210.
fine. Yeah, Ian Ziering,
Yeah.
Ian,
Yeah.
whatever his name is. But no, I'm saying, look,
I don't know that, but here's the thing. When I was growing up in school, it was all about the ozone layer. Don't use hairspray; it kills the ozone. We have not talked about the ozone layer in 15
people
years.
stopped using hairspray.
No.
People stop. They're not using it like they used to.
Aerosol.
They're not using it like they used to.
What was in hairspray?
The aerosol, the stuff that came flying out.
It's
People
in
use-
everything. We use aerosol all the time.
Do we?
All the time.
In what?
Everything.
In
I
what?
can go find something right now that goes psh. For sure. Brake cleaner, PB blaster. Fucking, I got all kinds of any paint can, any spray paint. Psh. Shit's everywhere. It's unregulated. Like, I think they just didn't win the ozone layer battle. They just moved on. We just stopped. Look,
I don't know. Why don't you?
the ozone.
How's
first of
ozone
all,
doing? How's
it
ozone doing?
It rebuilds itself, as it turns out.
How is it doing right now? Is there still a hole in it? Because I know at one point they were talking about there was a hole in it.
I don't know shit, man. That was some old shit. We didn't have all the facts.
I'm just saying, I would like to know if there's still a hole in the ozone layer.
I don't know, man. They've got a NASA has an ozone watch where you can look at it somehow on here. I don't even know, like, if you're a fucking scientist, this makes sense. But other than that, it's just a ball of Earth. And look, man, there's no hole in that bitch. It's fine. If there was a hole, don't you think that the radiation and the sunlight would just melt part of Earth? No, 130 degree ain't shit.
That's happening.
No, it's
By
not.
the way,
Where?
take a look at some of the coldest places on Earth 10 years ago and take a look at a picture of them now. And they are not as cold as they used to be. They're all melting.
Degrees.
No, bro, it's not 2 degrees. Look, there are places that used to be rock solid fucking frozen that are completely gone. And there are places that used to be covered in ice that are now covered in grass. It is happening, my man. It is happening.
I mean, it sounds like a more livable place. We can go north and south, and it's nicer. We'll just stay out of the middle. We don't need to be in the middle anyway.
All I'm saying is, if there are things that we can do, if there are things that we can do, first of all, it makes no sense to me. Let me explain to you the only reason people are against it. The only reason people are against renewable energy. How could you even, you own a Tesla, for God's sake.
I do. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. So, how can anybody with a brain be against developing renewable energy? How could
They're not against renewable energy. But they're not saying that it's going to solve fucking heat being hot in Texas.
Why not?
Because it's just not. Because there's 10 billion cars driving around burning gasoline every day.
Right. And if there weren't, what would that do?
A lot. You'd have clean air.
Exactly. So why don't we try to do that?
Because people already have cars. They don't drive them.
Yes, but we can, you know who's fighting that? is the people that fucking put gas in the fucking cars.
Yeah, the oil.
Exactly. And we
Get it.
always, when my
Build
entire
them all.
life, we have bent everything to the will of these people. We've started wars for them. We have destroyed the earth for them. We have changed the laws for them. We let them drill where they tell us they have to drill. We let them kill animals. Do you have any idea how many times I've watched an oil spill fucking kill an entire beach area? They destroyed the whole Gulf. They blew up a BP. BP blew up the whole Gulf. The whole
epic.
Gulf of Mexico. They destroyed it from fucking Texas all the way to the tip of Florida. You went down there and there was oil on every fucking seagull. Every seagull was like, man, what the fuck, man? I'm just a seagull.
And
I just
behind
wanna
every
chill.
one of those was a capitalist who was like, you know what fixes that? Dawn dish soap.
Yeah, we can fucking, yeah, exactly. They were, no shit. They were literally commercials of people fucking washing off birds and washing off, and man, look,
You're right.
I'm just saying, if we could change that, the only reason we don't want to is because the people that make money on the current system that we have, which is to use oil. What
go.
are they saying?
Al Gore selling carbon credits in the cleanest country in the world. Renewable energy requires fossil fuels to maintain them. You don't understand where they're going with that?
I don't understand that comment.
The comment is that in order to have clean energy, behind clean energy is a coal plant.
Elaborate.
There would be, because we can't just stop with the energy we have. We can't just stop. In order to
But we
create,
can take steps
Yeah,
towards
take
that.
steps. Look, Donald Trump just had an interview with
Oh, for God's sake.
he had
We
an
had to
interview
bring up that
with-
motherfucker. Go
I
ahead.
don't
Go ahead.
remember who it was.
Let's hear what
One of the
let's
fucking
hear what
Fox
let's hear what the
guys.
brilliant Donald Trump had to fucking say.
They asked him if he thought Biden was doing a good job. And
Right.
He was like, well,
Right.
gas was $1.86. It's now $3.
So
It's
they
going to be
asked-
10.
So they asked
And
the
then-
dumbest
and then-
motherfucker on the face of the earth.
And then
if
he
he
said-
thought, who by the way, all but destroyed this country, what he thought about the guy who's in place. Go ahead.
And
Let's hear it.
he said, all right, well, they're all for windmills, and windmills are stupid.
Right.
They kill a
So
bunch
they're
of birds.
stupid.
They're
He cares
expensive,
about the
and
birds.
they
I'm sure he cares.
create
He's
no
a big
energy.
bird. He's a big bird fan. I know
Look,
he-
man, these windmills just stop working, and we just leave them
They
there.
cause cancer. They cause cancer. It's
Luke
the noise of the windmills, the cancer of the
said if we
windmills.
really want clean energy, we
They're-
just go nuclear. Nuclear
That's
reactors.
not clean.
Nuclears are very clean.
That's not clean.
It's clean until it isn't.
It creates waste that cannot be destroyed and has to be stored in the fucking ground.
Yeah,
and
well,
once it
it's all
leaks out, people die from it. Radiation.
Dig a bigger
People
hole.
from Chernobyl, how clean fucking. Ask the people from
Potato,
Chernobyl how
potato.
clean nuclear energy is.
Potato.
All I'm saying is, I remember during the campaign when your boy, who you brought up, I was ready to go a whole show without his name even coming up. I was ready to go. I was ready to go. Well,
He's coming up.
here's what I would say. He's
coming back.
I would remember. I remember campaign advertisements that the great, brilliant, amazingly intelligent Donald Trump had commercials where he showed video footage of what was actually happening in America while he was president. And the commercial said, this is what America will be like if Joe Biden becomes president. Now, there is one thing that I can say, look, I ain't even a Biden fan. I don't give a fuck about Joe Biden. Joe Biden don't mean shit to me. I'll be honest with you. I think he is completely lost his fucking mind. There's no way you can watch a guy give a speech and think to yourself, he knows what's going on. He is so close to fucking completely collapsing right in front of us. It's not even funny. But there ain't riots all over the fucking place. People ain't dying of viruses every fucking
Tell you
day.
a secret.
And whatever you want to say.
Secret. Ready?
Whatever you want to say. Whatever you want to say.
Joe Biden started the riots.
Yeah. Hey. And Trump tried to use him, as a way to campaign against him, and it blew up in his face, and he lost.
That was their.
And by the way,
look, we don't need to get into the election, but that was the most brilliant thing Democrats have ever done.
Hey, if it got Donald Trump out of office, then that's all that matters.
Trump never got us in a war. Look, he didn't get us in a war, but Democrats launched a race war against Trump. It was brilliant. It was honestly,
Trump never got us in a war.
It was the best play they've ever made in the history of politics. It was. If you look back over last 5 years, and you look at what Democrats did to win, is brilliant.
Well, here is that a dog hitting you?
Yeah, there's a dog.
I thought you kicked me.
No. It's brilliant. It is honest to God. If you just look at it, it's the most brilliant thing they could have done. It was like, all right, well, he wanted against Hillary, and that didn't work out. What can we do? Let's just use the people. All right, well, how do we do that? We just fucking divide them. We just make them really fucking angry.
You think that the Democrats were trying to divide people?
1,000% the Democrats.
Look, bro, they're both trying to fucking divide people.
Democrats.
And Republicans are feeding into it.
Well, no, they took the bait,
are.
hook, line, and sinker. They took the bait. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. That's a whole different topic. Look, that dog's going to go shit in my house. For sure. He's been farting. It's going to shit my house. But anyway, all right. We'll move on. The Green Deal. Fucking Green Deal. Look, she said it takes oil products to make windmills and solar panels. Look, we can never get rid of oil.
It does under the current level of technology that we have.
They're not making plastic without oil.
There are ways to get to the point where we don't need oil. And that's the thing that the oil companies are fighting. They're like, oh, you're going to destroy these oil-earning jobs. And that's always the thing that they fucking talk about. Whenever you talk about making a transition from one type of thing to another type of thing, people are like, you're going to destroy jobs. Well, let me tell you something. First of all, I'd love to destroy every fucking job. I'm not interested in having a fucking job. I don't want a job. I've never wanted a job. When I was a kid, I didn't wake up and my mom was like, hey, what do you want to do one day? Oh, I can't wait till I have a fucking job. I don't want a fucking job. And I'm not even lazy. People are like, oh, you're lazy if you don't want, no, like, I love to work. I love to work hard. I was a hard-working football player.
You just don't want a job.
I don't want a fucking job. I want to make a difference. I want to make an impact. There's people like me who want to go out in the world and do things to make the world a better place. And they don't want to do it because they're getting paid an hourly wage or because they have to earn a certain amount of money to pay rent, because they have to pay a car payment, because they have to do all that. They want to go out and make the world better. And I think we could create a world where people are doing that and we don't have to kowtow. Man, do you have any idea how many times we fought a war over the goddamn oil?
Yeah.
So many fucking times.
It's true.
And people were like, oh, the gas prices. Well, guess what? Let me tell you about gas prices. If we were in the Green New Deal, we wouldn't have any fucking gas prices. There would be no fucking gas. We wouldn't have to pay shit for fucking gas. You got a fucking vehicle right now in your driveway hooked up to a goddamn plug.
I do. But what provides energy to that plug?
The sun.
Bullshit.
The wind.
Nope.
Everything could. It
Coal.
could. It
Oil.
could. It could. It could. And all I'm saying is it could. Look, just like cavemen thought, oh, what are you going to replace fire? You can't replace fire. We've got the only way we can stay warm. It's with fire. We've got to have this fire in front of us. That's what you sound like when you say that we can't make advances beyond what we currently have.
He's not wrong.
The world gets better. Technology, smarter people than me and you are able to come up with ways for technology and for power sources to be different than what they currently are. And let's let them do that. Okay. Let's not hold them back. Look.
No, I agree.
There's maybe a guy right now working for minimum wage, fucking flipping burgers somewhere, that if he didn't have to do that, his mind could be put to use to something better where he could be solving some serious fucking problems.
That's a serious argument.
I'm serious.
For universal basic income. Serious argument for that.
No,
it is. That's like the number one thing. If you didn't have to worry about paying your rent and paying for this, and you just had the basic necessities to live, you could do whatever you wanted.
I am surrounded.
People would do amazing things.
I am
surrounded.
surrounded.
You can't do that.
I'm surrounded by people, and it's so frustrating to me to be around them. I'm surrounded by people where I work. whose every single moment of their life is spent trying to figure out a way to pay their bills. That's all they're able to think about. And I've been around those people in the restaurant business for the last 20 years of my fucking life. Right. And I'm saying, every time I look at them, I'm like, oh man, this person is so brilliant. They're so smart. They're so creative. They say such funny things. They're so much funnier than I ever could possibly desire to be. But the only thing that they're ever able to concentrate on is how to barely make it in the world. Yeah, true. And if they could do something else and we could create a world where they do, believe me, everything could be automated right now. Burgers could be made. I mean, they're automating. It's happening and people are afraid of it. People are like, don't automate. Don't make it so that you have to, you take the people away from Walmart. Let me tell you something right now. I can absolutely guarantee you there's not a single fucking person who's a cashier at fucking Walmart that is so fucking locked into the love they have for their job as a cashier at fucking Walmart that they're like, oh my God, if they put a computer in Walmart, how will I ever achieve my life dream of being a fucking cashier at fucking Walmart? No one's saying that. No one's saying that. No one. Not one person's fucking saying that.
Right now. Dude, they have a self-checkout at racetrack gas stations.
Good.
And what amazes me is the amount of people that don't use it. There'll be 12 deep waiting in line.
Well, you know what?
Open.
I resisted it for a long time. For a long time. I resisted the self-checkout. I used to look at the self-checkout and I'd be like, how could you do that? How could you disgrace the people that are cashiers? I'm gonna go to a human. And then I started doing self-checkout. And I was like, wow, this is fucking awesome.
It's awesome.
And not
only do you get great deals, because I don't fucking work here.
You can also, you don't have to put as much. I remember I used to have to put so much thought into what I was buying, as I knew I was being judged by the fucking person bringing up my groceries.
Yeah,
I did. I would be like, oh man, I'm gonna buy a different type of conditioner because I know that they're gonna be like, look at this cheap ass fuck using this 99-cent conditioner. Now I get the 99-cent conditioner.
Dude, I promise
and I'm like, this computer doesn't even fucking care.
I promise you
99-cent conditioner.
Walmart puts in all these self-checkouts, gets rid of like 80% of cashiers, loses $1 billion because people are like, buy one for me, one for you. One for me, one for you. They scan one, we bought two. I got 7 towels for the price of one. This one was $1.99. These ones were $12.99. I got 7 for $1.99 because I don't fucking work here. You want me to do this job, and well, I did the job. Now you're mad at me because I didn't do it well. Well, you stole from us. Did I? I don't fucking work here. I believe you that they lost a fuck ton of money.
I guarantee you there's motherfuckers watching everybody that does self-checkout.
Man, yeah, eventually they caught on to that, and they're like, oh, well, he just walked out with 3 TVs, and he rang up 2 avocados.
Well, I'm saying.
But at the same time,
they watch it. You're not doing that shit now. Somebody's watching it.
Yeah, they got a camera. You can see yourself.
Right, exactly.
And you pay with a debit card. No cash. Debit card. They know exactly the fuck you are.
I don't have a debit card. I pay cash.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, let's move on to something that maybe some people, these guys might not watch. But let's move on to a fight of the night. McGregor Poirier. You didn't watch it?
I didn't see it. I heard about it. I read about it. Look, I cared about it. I watched the hype about it, and I've learned some things about it that really I don't like about McGregor.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, here's the thing about McGregor. McGregor's rise to stardom was based on a bunch of him talking shit, backing it up. Period. Talk mad shit.
Always. That's every fighter. That's every fighter.
It's not every fighter. Yeah. No, it is not. I've watched UFC for a long time.
Okay.
Not every fighter talks bad shit. Some of them just go in there and back it up. They don't talk any shit.
I'm talking about in history fighters.
Nope.
Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, the guys who you remember through history. I'm not talking about, look, are there exceptions to the rule?
Definitely.
Yeah. But in terms of the people who you know by name, and not the people that follow the sport, I get it. You know a lot about the sport. You follow the sport. There's guys out there you know, you have respect for. They're blah, blah, blah. I get it. But for the average person, I guarantee you can bring up Muhammad Ali,
Man,
You can bring up Mike Tyson.
Talking about Conor McGregor, baby.
Right. But I'm saying, but Conor, McGregor is a household name because he talks a lot of shit, and people want to see him get taken down. Either people want to do one of two things: they either want to see him back it up, or they want to see him taken down a notch.
My thoughts going into the fight was Conor was going to lose. Conor was going to lose because Dustin has been active for the entire time. People give Dustin Poirier, they don't give enough credit that he's a lightweight who's 111. He's like 11-2 in the lightweight division. Conor has run one fight in lightweight. Conor fights at 170. He came down to 155. He came back and look, Conor looked good at the start of the fight. He came out. He was his trash talking was mediocre at best through the press conference. It wasn't great.
He's talking shit about the guy's wife.
Yeah, it was dumb.
Is that true? Was his wife?
Who the fuck knows? Who cares? Dustin doesn't care at all. I promise you that. There is something that Conor said that made Dustin so angry that they will fight again, whether it's in the octagon or in the street. Something he said. But yeah, so they went out there. Look, Conor looked strong in the beginning, but Dustin looked way stronger. He looked way more focused. He was a different Dustin Poirier. The dude's out there.
What's the age
Merkham.
difference?
They're about the same age. I think they're both 32 or 33. Right. They're about the same age fighters. Dustin just was, Dustin has a different end game than Conor McGregor.
Well,
Conor McGregor's already been there, done
Conor
that.
McGregor is, I'm going to guess, got, I know, at least hundreds of millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah, probably $200 million.
And that's after burning through probably a lot of it.
Oh, yeah.
The other dude, who I don't know as well.
He's probably got a couple $1 million.
Right. And it's a lot easier to train when you're trying to get there than when you're already there.
No, that's true.
Rocky 3.
Yeah.
Rocky
so we looked
3.
at the fight, and look, Dustin he came out, he had a plan, he was sticking to it, and the fight ended with controversy to an extent. Conor broke his tibia, and Dustin said,
doing what was
so here's the thing. When he stepped backwards, and it was just the weirdest step. I bet I can find a video of it. It was he just stepped backwards, and it was like his foot was no longer attached to his leg, and it looked like if you were to take your ankle and just cut your ankle off and stick your leg into the mat and have your foot behind it. That's what it looked like. It was wild to watch. And but in the fight, after when he talked to Dustin was like, he goes, I checked a kick, and I knew that something went wrong. Like he kicked him, and Dustin was like, that's not okay. And he pointed to his foot, and he looked at it. And he said, pretty much that's fucked in the fight. And we didn't catch it in real time, but when you play back the replay, you saw him. He leg kicked him, and he kicked it like kind of. Conor's foot kind of hit him in the knee, and Dustin checked it, and then he looked at him, he pointed, and he smiled, and they went around, and they were on the ground for a while, and it was literally like 4 seconds left in the first round, and Conor threw a kick, he stepped backwards on that foot, and it just folded, right. And it was like when they played it in slow motion, you were like, holy fuck, it folded up, and I'll give Conor this, dude, he hit the ground, they ding the round. Dustin walked over the corner. The corner man told Dustin that, and Dustin goes, that fight's over. He didn't even see the foot. And the corner goes, that fight's done. His ankle's broken or something. Conor's laying there. No one's pointing out the fact that his foot is just fucking dangling off his body. He's laying up against the cage, sitting up. He's saying his foot's broken. It's broken. It's done. But then he's also yelling, stoppage. Stoppage. Because in the UFC, if there's a medical stoppage, before the halfway mark of the fight, there is no contested winner of the fight. So Dustin will not get a victory. But when they did the arm raise, yeah, right, which is interesting to me because per UFC's usual rules, Dustin wouldn't get a TKO win. It'd be a no contest because it's medical stoppage. But they gave him a TKO win over Conor in the first round, which DraftKings is paying out at 260 to 1 odds for either fighter knockout first round. So I wonder if they actually paid that out. But Dustin said, they went to the post press conference, and he said, they're definitely going to fight again. Conor's going to have at least 8 months out on rehab and recovery from that injury. And he said, "Are you going to fight him again?" He goes, "I'm definitely going to fight him, whether it's in the octagon or in the street, because Conor said to Dustin, I am going to kill that man. I am going to kill him in the ring. I will murder that man." And Dustin said, "You can say shit about my wife, you can say shit about my family, but if you say you are going to kill me, we both want to leave here. We both come in here to fight, and we both want to leave here alive. And you tell somebody you're going to kill him, we got unfinished business. And I will find you, whether it's in here or in the street, and we will finish this." So it was interesting. That was what it was. He took to heart the fact that he said, "Nah, we ain't doing that." But he's a bad motherfucker. Dustin Poirier is a bad bitch. And I'll give Conor this, man. He was screaming in pain. And then he was sitting in the octagon, and they had his foot fucking, they put an old splint thing and carried him out of there. And that's a tough son of a bitch, because his foot was fucking jacked up. But I'll tell you this, if you didn't watch, that was a great fight. Prior to that, first fight of the night, Sean O'Malley and this kid whose first fight in the UFC, his name was Chris Matino. First fight, 11 days notice, he's a replacement fighter. This kid comes in to fight Sean O'Malley, who's 14-1 in UFC. This kid had 0 UFC fights under his belt. Took 3 rounds and up to fucking 30 seconds left of the fucking worst beating we've seen in the UFC in a long time. He took over 280 strikes to the face. He was beaten up so bad, and he just kept pressing Sean O'Malley. And they were like, "Dude, he will not stop." He was like a zombie. The kid looked like a fucking zombie coming at Sugar Sean O'Malley. And 30 seconds left, Herb D went in there and waved it off and said, "Done." And everyone was mad. They were all like, "Yeah, it's not boxing, it's UFC, Clara. We just got to touch on this when we move on." But they were mad because they should let him finish. That dude took he took such a beating, dude. But it was wild to watch. He's a tough son of a bitch. But I think, moving forward, Conor, he might come back and fight Dustin. Outside of that, he's done. Done.
Yeah, I used to be a borderline fan. I used to support him. I certainly wanted to see him beat Mayweather. I've always rooted against anybody against Mayweather.
Good come up story.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere. I like that. But I feel like, to me, and even if it's true or it's not true or whatever, man, leave my family out of it. If we're in the pre-hype stage, we're getting ready to fight, whatever. I don't have a wife, but if somebody talks shit about my son, and somebody was to say something about my son, I would use whatever. You know what's weird? Today I was at the gym, and a guy came up to me randomly. Speaking of fighting, real quick, before we go to another topic, I'm at the gym. I shadow box. I don't do what you do. I don't grapple with people. I do. A guy came up to me at the gym today, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm an old martial artist. I like to swing and hit and have a target. I don't ever have one. Do you think that I could do like 2-minute around with you where I just swing at you and you defend yourself?" Right. And I was like, "So you want me to be the heavy bag?" I was like, "All right, I'll do it."
I was laughing because that kid, they go, "Oh man, he had the Sugar Sean had 86% strike rate," and I was like, I would honestly say that he blocked 86% of the punches with his face. I would say he blocked 285 punches with his face. Pretty impressive. For
some people, I know that for me, I've been in a lot of fights. I had a handful of professional fights, and I've been in a lot of fights. I started fighting when I was young, not because I ever wanted to. I never picked a fight with anybody. But I will say this. The one thing that I know about fighting, the good thing and I love this about fighting is most people cannot do it for very long.
No.
So if you can absorb some shots and stay up, whatever they have, whoever the person is, however big they are, however strong they are, no matter what they're doing, if you can absorb some blows and stay ready, you can sense at some point that the other person is about to be done with their energy.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to fight somebody who can't fight back.
That's true.
And so
That's-
my strategy has always been, no matter who I'm fighting, even when that dude went up to me the other day.
Hey, quiet.
Stop it.
Yeah,
That's
just
always
outlast
been.
them, man. That's all it takes.
Just outlast the person, and when they're done, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about still Fauci over there.
Oh,
All right, so what else you got on the list?
all right.
You got another one on there.
Got a handful of it.
You got a handful. If you got some topics out there, just throw them out.
Stop it.
Gizmo's being a little asshole right now. He's yelling,
All right.
yelling at Pal over
I don't remember what we covered. All right, I will say this. I want to discuss this guy because I think it'll be interesting. His name is Onision.
Onision. I need to look it up because I don't know who this is. I'm gonna go get him a phone. Onision.
He is a one of the original YouTube stars. I saw a documentary that was about 5
I'm
hours
gonna look
long.
that up. I'm gonna put you on here.
So I'm going to be sitting here by myself.
Yeah, you can talk to him for a second. I'm gonna get this guy.
All right. Well, here's what I will say to all of you all that watch this show. I don't know why you do, but I'm glad that you do. And if you have things that you would like for us to talk about, I would love for you to put it up on the screen, and I'll talk about it while I'm sitting here by myself. Never in my life did I think I would be sitting on a podcast drinking tequila. But here I am, and you never know what you're going to find yourself doing. I remember one time I was in a comedy show, and the other comic was like, "Hey man, I got to go to the bathroom. Can you come up to the top of the stage and just talk?" And I had to do it. That's what this feels like right now. So, you guys don't like Bill Gates? Bill Gates is just as evil. I think all those people I think anybody who makes $1 billion is evil. I think anybody who goes out of their way to make money over helping people is evil. I don't understand somebody who has a mentality of a billionaire. My whole life is spent trying to help people who have nothing. But I feel like somebody like Bill Gates, and I don't know because I don't know anything about computers, I feel like share the tequila. Hey man, send me some tequila. I'm drinking the El Toro. Send me some tequila. I'll be glad to test it out for you. But no, I feel like anybody who makes billions of dollars, when people are suffering, how can you be comfortable doing that? I've never had money. My whole life I grew up with nothing. My whole life I've had nothing. And I've never aspired to be rich. I've never wanted to be rich. I don't want to be rich now. But what I do want to do is help people and make the world a better place. And I'm so glad that my partner is now back so we can have a two-way conversation instead of me just sitting here drinking tequila by myself in the most depressing way possible for me to live my life.
How do you spell this guy? Oh, maybe this
Onision.
Onision, 2 million subscribers. That ain't shit. That doesn't look like him. Not in the terms of YouTube. How do you spell it?
Onision.
That's him. Weird looking avatar. Onision. So what is it about this person?
Well, like I said, I found myself watching a documentary.
Most controversial creator for over a decade has indefinitely suspended the creator knows from its partner program, so he can't make money on YouTube anymore.
Oh, really?
That's
So
what
they've
that means.
gotten to the point where he can't make money on YouTube.
Yeah. Sketches and satirical clips. So what's so controversial about it?
I don't know. I know very little about him. I watched the documentary and I couldn't even tell what the documentary was about. It was him making videos with girls and doing sketches, and they had interviews with his father. And then somehow Chris Hansen from Dateline, you know who that guy is,
Yeah,
right?
I'm reading about it, yep.
That guy got involved. They've been trying to come up with a way to prosecute this guy and throw him in jail.
Okay.
And he just keeps making videos. And at the end of the documentary, which, like I said, was 3 to 4 hours long,
Damn.
They were talking about the fact.
He's a mega creep.
I don't know anything about him.
Neither. Huh. So apparently he likes hitting on young chicks, and he's in his late 20s.
I don't know.
Interesting. I mean, but it's like every dude who's rich. Yeah.
Well, I mean, when I saw it and I was listening to what they were saying about him, one of the things that he said in a video that I thought was interesting was he's like, Chris Hansen is mad at me because he's saying I exploit young girls to make money, or I abuse young girls. Chris Hansen exploits young girls to make money. And I just thought to myself, yeah, I mean, if you look at what Chris Hansen does, he exploits.
Yeah. Pretty much. You're right. You're not wrong.
And to me, that was just, I was like, man, why are people
But
like,
see, here's the thing, though. They removed him from the partner program. He can still be on YouTube. He just won't get paid from ad revenue.
Well,
So, okay.
that's how he's made money his whole life. He's never had a job.
Yeah, that's fine.
He started
can go
making
do that
videos when
shit
he was like
elsewhere.
14, 15 years
Look,
old.
if you get 2 million views a video, you can go put that shit on Twitch or fucking TikTok or something. You can get paid for making videos. And if you've made enough money, you don't give a fuck. Let's be honest. If that dude made millions of dollars off of YouTube, who gives
He's
a
got a
shit?
paid-for house in
I
Washington.
mean, fuck, who cares?
Chris
Doesn't
Hansen
give a
knocked
shit.
on his door, and when Chris Hansen knocked on his door, he called the cops live on YouTube and was like, come get this guy from my house. And they came, and the cops came and told Chris Hansen to leave his house.
I mean,
I thought that was interesting. I was like, man,
well, who the fuck is Chris Hansen? He's just a dude.
who apparently has bounced a few checks.
Dude,
I'm just saying.
Theo Vaughn had Chris Hansen on his podcast.
He was like, dude, we put him up in a hotel. He wanted to stay like an extra day.
They
Get the
thought-
mini bar.
Right.
Get a
No,
bill
they-
over there.
they
We're
say,
trying to
like,
work it
no,
out.
no, I'm saying, like, Chris Hansen attacked this guy. Chris Hansen tried to, be like, go onto YouTube and be like a YouTuber. And all the people on YouTube were like, dude, you ain't no YouTuber. You're a fucking phony. You're just trying to use this to get back on TV.
Yeah.
I would like to say this to any people that are out there watching what we do. I will assure you this. I don't give one flying fuck about television at all. I ain't trying to be on TV. I don't give a shit about money. I don't fucking care.
Interesting. Main controversy grooming a 14-year-old girl. Huh. Interesting.
I'm just saying, man. The dude was. I saw the documentary. I was like, he seems controversial. I'd like to know what people think. He seemed very good at editing his shit.
All right, Marshall, let's throw this one at you because we missed it the end of last week. Dude is now Miss Nevada. There's a dude that's now Miss Nevada. You can say transgender. It's a dude. Wins Miss Nevada 2021.
Right.
What do you think about that? Think they should be okay with that?
I'm down, man.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think they should have their own pageant. Transgender pageant.
I would say this. Let's all just have a pageant. Let's have a fucking, let's have a pageant for let's all just be in a pageant.
You have one. It's called Tinder.
I'll
You sign up, sometimes you win.
this is going to be hard for you to believe. This is going to be hard for people to understand. But I spent a while working not as a model, but in the modeling / entertainment industry. I went to a lot of fashion shows. I went to a lot of pageants. I met a lot of people that participated in pageants. I was involved in that thing for a while. And I feel like instead of making it competitive, just make it fun. Just all the people that go there, they really want to have a good time. The people that are in it are not as competitive as the people that are behind them. Most of the people that are in pageants, and I met some girls that did pageants when I was in college, and I would just say they like to enjoy themselves. So look, great. How do you win a pageant? Let's be honest. You're not kicking the shit out of the other person at the pageant. Somebody is just like, we like her smile better than her
Dude,
smile.
do you know what she looks like?
No, show me a picture.
Fucking crazy. All right, let me pull it up. Miss Nevada. Yeah, the dog's out there. He's yelling at him. This is Miss Nevada 2021.
This is the one that
That's a dude.
it's a
Formerly a dude.
all right. And when we say that, what do we mean?
We mean that no longer identifies as a dude.
But is still
like a dude.
physically a man.
Maybe. I don't know. But it's insane to think that. Look, honestly, what does that mean? That means that somebody had enough money to create this, because there's no dude out there who just put a wig on in a dress and looks like that. Like, that's a good bit of plastic surgery to get there. Let's be honest. Some girls in Nevada just didn't have
Not necessarily plastic surgery.
Come the fuck on. Find me one dude who could look
keep
anything
saying, dude,
like that.
look, all right. Well, all right.
Find me
All
one
right, fine.
biological man.
All right, fine. We're gonna have this conversation.
We're gonna go down this road.
We're gonna go down this road. We're gonna get down this road. You know, I'm gonna defend the people. You know, you can attack them. Here's what
This
I'll
is what
say.
makes sense. She's Filipino American. That makes sense. A lot of lady boys over there.
Oh, man.
Let's be honest. There's a lot of lady boys out there. Thailand, Philippines.
Man. First of all, I was in Korea for a year.
The story's about to get weird, folks.
No, I'm just hey, I'm gonna say this about just people in general. Just people in general. Be who you want to be. You know, just and if you can achieve something as yourself, achieve it. Good for you. Let me tell you this. What's the person's name?
That's a good question.
What's the person's name?
Doesn't even say in there. What does it say? Where's the name?
What's the person? Because I don't want to just be talking about a random person. I want to be able to. Do we even?
Cataluna Enriquez is the name that currently goes by.
Cataluna. Okay, well, I've gone by like 9 different names in my fucking life, so I'm not going to judge by somebody.
Yeah, Cataluna.
All right. Well, let me say this to you, Cataluna. 1 million people have aspired to be Miss Nevada. 1 million people have aspired to do that. And one day you decided, for whatever reason, that you wanted to become Miss Nevada. And maybe at the beginning of your life, things weren't exactly the way that you thought they should be, but you had a goal in mind. And I can tell you something, becoming Miss Nevada is not easy. If you think it's easy, I would challenge anybody out there, try to become Miss Nevada. If you think it's easy, if you think she got some free ride, if you think she got some privilege, if she's Asian American,
Filipino American.
Okay, that's Asia.
That's
Okay,
fair.
if you're Asian American and you want to become Miss Nevada, how many Asian Americans would like to become Miss Nevada? Give it your best shot. She's out there trying to do something with her life. And she did it. She went out there and did it. And people were like, oh, this is, man, I don't think.
There you go. With enough money and cosmetic surgery, you greatly boost your chances.
Are there rules about how much cosmetic surgery?
No.
There are in some of those
I don't think
events.
there is in that.
There are rules about
'Cause
that.
if there was a rule,
Yeah.
all of that would be illegal in that pageant. I'm just saying.
Man, look. Here's what I understand. I understand coming from nothing. I remember when I would talk to my friends about illegal immigration when Trump was running for president. I worked at a restaurant where everybody was Dominican. And the one thing that the Dominicans could relate to was people from South America who were trying to get to America. I met a guy from Honduras, and he walked from Honduras to America when he was 9 years old. He didn't walk from Honduras to America because he wanted to. He walked from Honduras to America because he had no fucking choice. He was 9 years old. He didn't know how to get to America. He didn't know what America was, but he heard that in America, he would have a chance. He was 9 years old. And so the only thing that he knew to do was walk north. And he did it at 9. And he made it to America at 9 years old. And I looked at how far of a trip that was. It's over 1,000 miles that he walked from where he was to where he got to. Because he had nothing. And I'm like, dude, what do you do? I asked my friends from the DR, Dominican Republic. I asked them, I was like, how do you do that? And he's like, dude, let me explain to you what point you have to get to where you make that journey at 9 years old. You're eating dirt. You wake up one morning and you're eating dirt because you're so fucking hungry. You're eating dirt. And I thought about that. And I was like, man, what's it got to be like? Because I know what it's like to be hungry in America. I know what it's like to not have enough money to buy a can of food at Walmart. Where you're literally, I have walked the parking lot of Walmart praying to fucking God that I would find a quarter, that I would find some change, that I would find some kind of way so that I could buy a tiny can of corn that I could eat. And my friend walked from fucking Honduras to America at 9, and ultimately he got to New Jersey. He was able to fucking buy an apartment complex and create an apartment complex where people who also walked from Honduras could come there and rent an apartment with no documentation and live there and have a chance to become Americans and live in America and have a job. And I'll say this about and this is how I tie this back to the person who became Miss Nevada. None of us can relate to what it was like to be born in a body that you didn't want to be born into and have to figure out a way to even be accepted by the rest of the world as a woman. And you're born a man. You've already got the advantages of being a man. You've already got everything set up for you that a man has set up for you. And you're like, no, I'm not a man. I am a woman inside this body. And then not just be accepted as a woman, but say to yourself, I'm not just going to be a woman. I'm going to be an exceptional woman. I'm going to be beautiful. I'm going to be graceful. I'm going to look good in a bathing suit. You want me to look good in a bathing suit? Here I am in a bathing suit. You want me to look good in a gown? Here I am in a gown. What do you got? You are all women. You are all born as women. I'm going to stand on a stage next to you. I'm going to be judged by people. And I'm going to do something great. And if you, and the people that are judging are like, man, what are we going to do here? We've got this is not a normal woman. This is a guy. We don't even know the surgical status of this person. Is this person actually converted to being a woman? Is this person, who are we voting for? But they were so convinced by her. And the only thing they're voting on is the passion of the person up there. This is the one thing I know about these kinds of contests. They're not voting on your ability to knock the other person out. They're not voting on your ability to run faster than the other person. They're not voting on your ability to be stronger than the other person. They are voting simply on your passion. How passionately do you want to win this contest? Because I'll say this, and even in my own experience, I've seen people participate in contests where there's no discernible way to vote for who actually won other than how passionately is that person pursuing victory. I've seen girls walk down a runway and dominate that runway. And this girl is trying to become Miss Nevada. Do you have any idea what it takes to become Miss Nevada? Try to do it. If you think it's easy to do, try to do it. Go out there and try to become Miss Nevada. You will not succeed. I guarantee you, you will not succeed. And she did it. And I'll tell you this is what I believe. I don't know what the next step is for her, but I'm fucking rooting for her. Whatever the fuck her next step is after she became Miss Nevada, you have my fucking vote. I hope you become Miss fucking Universe. I hope the whole world talks about you. Who's that girl in fucking Sweden that tried to do the climate change? The young girl.
Greta Thunberg.
Yes. I'm a fucking fan. 15 fucking years old. You changed the whole fucking world. You made fucking Trump pay attention to you. You made everybody pay attention to you. Good fucking job. Good for you. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for everybody that came from nothing and became something. No matter what your road was, I know that fucking road. I have sat alone in my fucking Jeep in the middle of the fucking night, freezing my fucking ass off, hungry as fuck. I know exactly what that feels like. And here I am now. I finally made it. This is my Miss Nevada. This is my fucking Super Bowl. I made it to this fucking spot. And everybody fucking bet against me. Here I fucking am. I went to open mics for 15 fucking years. I had people fucking telling me I would never be anything all my goddamn life. And here I am fucking sitting here right now drinking El Toro.
Well,
and chilling
personal choice.
in a nice fucking house. I got my fucking Jeep outside looking good. I got money in my fucking pocket. I can go have a nice burger after I fucking leave. And I'm just saying to you, man, when somebody's made it, don't root against them. Don't be mad at them for fucking doing something that they've tried to do. Root for them. Let's see what else she can do. What else can you do, Miss Nevada? You're going to become Miss Universe? Good for you.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
Look, man, Marshall's telling you, step up your game, Miss Nevada. You better fucking get after it.
Oh, man. People are mad.
Nah, they ain't mad.
I ain't give a shit.
They ain't mad.
I don't fucking care.
They ain't
People
mad.
have gotten mad at me my whole life.
Man, whatever. People ain't mad, man. You crazy as hell.
All right. What else we
I don't know.
Do
What else
you-
we got?
All right. So people are mad at my reaction to the video.
Man, people do not like your reaction.
All right.
So we're going to have to preface this by saying that Marshall does not remember listening to Tom McDonald's
I have no recollection of listening to that
El
video.
Toro listened to it. El Toro did not like it.
But this is what you've told me about the video.
Yeah.
You told
gonna
me
have
that
to
this is
listen
him saying that he's great. He's great.
You know what we need to
he's
do?
Great.
We need to listen to a different video first that's not like this of Tom's to put you in the right mind.
No.
And then you can go.
I will start by saying this. I'm a huge fan of Tom McDonald. I have already told people, and people ask me, they're like, what do you listen to, Marshall? What do you fucking listen to? I'm like, I listen to Tom McDonald. I love his videos. I love all his music. I love his creativity. I love everything about him. But the one thing I don't like is when somebody pumps themselves up and says, I'm great and fuck you. I don't like that. And if that's what he was doing in that video, then the reason I don't like it is it's not because I don't like Tom McDonald. It's because I feel like as soon as you start talking about how great you are,
Right.
you're going to That's going to be your downfall, and I don't want to see that happen to him. I want to see him grow.
All right, I'm gonna put up something. Maybe we'll just put it in the background. We'll just play it. Who gives a shit? All right, that's what I'm saying. We'll play it. Who gives a shit? I'll play some of this one, and then we'll move on to another one because this is funny. Because you're always like, oh, I want to listen to something else that he's done that's not so political. So
right.
we're gonna
This is
play
called buttholes.
Yeah,
Wow.
it is. It's pretty good. I'm gonna make sure that dog didn't destroy everything. They got a little freaking
Are we
gremlin, man.
leaving the door open?
Yeah, yeah. All right, this one's is is buttholes, which
Here
is
they come.
hilarious.
Here they come.
That's so funny. All right, let me grab one here so we can get the right background happening.
I would never in a million years choose to watch this.
Oh, you would. You just don't know it yet.
All right.
That's the difference.
We'll see.
But you would. All right, you got some headphones, and I'll play the audio. Fucking whatever. We'll just play it lower. So if you don't know, it's kind of a thing we've been doing. We've been introducing Marshall to the Hangover gang on here and Castles. All right, so we're gonna play. This is what it's so funny. Buttholes by Tommy McDonald.
Maybe the feds killed Biggie and Pac. Maybe the Ku Klux Klan just needs some love and a hug. Maybe 9/11 really was an inside job, and the Christians are right, homosexuality's wrong, or the Illuminati really want the best for the people, and abortions are murder, so they should just be illegal. So I don't know, that's all I'm saying. These opinions drive us crazy, got us fighting so much lately. We're divided from our neighbors. Someone's always gonna hate you no matter what. Might as well just be yourself and let people think you suck. Opinions are like buttholes, everyone got one they cover up, and all you gotta do is follow through when you yelling that you don't give a. I ain't letting anyone piss in my cornflakes. Stay the hell on my face and I will stay out of your way. I know that being you is harder than it sounds. You're the only one who can, so be you and do you proud. Yeah, I don't care if you're black or white or gay or straight or old or young or smart or dumb or where you're from or what you make. The only thing I care about is living like I'm not afraid of dying while I'm sleeping, so I seize it while I'm still awake. We're so angry, hating everyone we don't know. We can't even take a joke. We should really let it go and be happy. Stop talking on our phones. I'm blocking everyone we know. We've been being buttholes. Everyone a butthead, everyone end up dead. Everybody upset, everybody blood red. Everybody feels like no one cares. Everything is fucked up, everything is tough luck. I have had enough, dumb. Everybody shut up. Everybody thinks that life ain't fair. Shut up. We're so angry, hating everyone we don't know. We can't even take a joke. We should really let it go and be happy. Stop talking on our phones. I'm blocking everyone we know. We've been being buttholes. We're so angry, hating everyone we don't know. We can't even take a joke. We should really let it go. Let it go though. And be happy. Stop talking on our phones. I'm blocking everyone we know. We've been being buttholes. Being buttholes.
Come on, man. That's a fun song.
All right. Yes. All right.
That one's
All right.
that's a fun song.
Here's.
He's right, man.
First
Look
of
at his
all,
butthole
first
trying
of
to
all,
cover up.
I will just start out by saying I'm a huge fan. I love Tom McDonald. Big fan. No doubt. However, that is not a dude who does not have a tremendous amount of support behind him. He's got a pink fucking pony in the video. A pony with his that's not easy to do. That's not easy to dye the hair of a pony pink. And that's not DGI. That's fucking a pony
That's a big
dyed
pony, man.
pink. And he's got a suit. Look, I don't own a suit. I don't own a suit.
Nevertheless, a pink suit.
He's got a pink suit. He's got all kinds of shit. Look, I get it. He came up. All I'm saying to Tom, all I'm saying to him, when I talk about I love his lyrics. I love his message. I love his music. I love everything about what he does. I've learned one thing in my life, and I learned it last time I was here. Most definitely, because I went through this week feeling like I lost the opportunity to be in this room. Everyone told me I had. Everyone was like, "Oh man, you got all fucked up. He ain't gonna bring you back. He ain't gonna let you be on that show."
Man, I
no more."
told you I'm
And
hard
so,
to offend.
I get you, but I'm saying that's what people told me, and I was like, well, he normally messages me every day. I ain't heard from him in a couple of days. I get it. I fucked up. I've been fired from jobs a million
Man,
times.
Marshall, this is your show.
No, look,
I'm just here for the
let's
ride.
be clear. Let's be clear. So I'm just gonna tell you the one message that I've learned my whole life, Tom. So that I hope is no matter how much success you achieve, no matter how good you are at what you do, because I want to be good at what I do. You want to be good at what you do. Stay fucking humble, bro. Stay humble. Don't no matter how hard the hate comes at you, don't respond back by telling them you're great. Respond back by being great. You don't have to tell them that you're great. You go back, you respond back by being fucking great. And I think that I don't remember the song because I was so fucked up. I don't remember what you said. I love that song. I love everything I watched of you. I'm like, God damn, that motherfucker's talented. That motherfucker's brilliant. That motherfucker's creative. I will say this: that last video I just watched. That ain't a dude just in his house with his girlfriend.
It is.
No.
Yeah.
Bro, he's in a mansion,
Dude.
He's in a mansion. That was a mansion.
Self-produced,
That was
bro.
yeah, right. That was a mansion, though, man. We don't have that kind of shit. Look, I'm sitting in front of a fucking folded up green sheet, making it look like I'm in a fucking that ain't that.
Look, man, I'm gonna tell you this. This "Don't Look Down" video, that right there, the whole background is like the TikTok cloud wall that they do. It's like some LEDs that flash in front of a bunch of.
But you can't. He was walking across the couch and all that shit. Dude, am I walking across the couch in your fucking house?
I mean,
let me tell you something. If I'm walking across the couch, how mad is your girlfriend gonna be? Like, she's gonna come over and be like, "Are you letting Marshall walk across the fucking couch?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, we gotta do this so we can get views on fucking YouTube."
Right.
No, exactly.
Look,
So
man,
I'm just
to learn.
saying. I'm just saying. Look, I respect everybody's game. I always do. Especially when people beat me. Like, people always think that I'm going to be mad when I lose at something. I don't ever get upset, man. I've done nothing but lose. My whole life has been one little loss after another. I'm used to it.
Small victories, Marshall. It's about small victories.
I'm just saying, man, it don't bother me to lose nothing. And I ain't mad when people talk shit about me. Whatever.
What he's saying in this song is just.
Oh, we're gonna watch it.
Yeah, we're gonna listen. Let's do it. Let's do a redo.
I don't want to ride this dude's coattails.
We don't have to ride his coattails. People a lot of the people that watch the show are big fans of Tom.
I'm a big
and they
fan.
also are fans of you, and they would like to share the experience with you. And also, a lot of his message has to do with our show, and it somehow intertwines with the stuff that we talk about.
Well, this is what I'll say. I watched this last video, Tom.
Okay.
And I will say this. If we talk to him, then we'll continue to review his shit. Outside of talking to him, this has got to be the last time I'll watch
All right. This will be the last one. You heard it. Unless Tom McDonald wants to come talk to Marshall.
And I welcome it. Man, I'd love to hear from you, bro.
doesn't
I
wanna
would love
hear
to. I would love to have a conversation, man to man, and just listen to you and share thoughts with you. But I can't sit here and just like watch your shit and be like, "What do you do for a living?" Oh, well, I talk about Tom McDonald. I can't fucking do that.
How did Tom McDonald start on this show?
You texted me one day and you were like, "Hey man, I want you to watch this shit. Next time you come to my house, we're gonna watch this shit."
You know what it was? I was sitting there listening to one of his songs, and I was like, you know what? I bet Marshall's never heard of this dude. I was like, but they have a lot of the same views, like, except Tom's obviously expresses it through music. And I was like, I bet he'd really enjoy this.
I do.
And I would like to get, because people do reaction videos are very popular on YouTube. And I was like, I'll bet people would be interested to see someone who's would never in a million years just pull up this guy's music.
Well, I don't go on the internet. So this is a world that is completely. I don't.
So if it wasn't on mainstream radio or something, or at the gym or somewhere, you'd never hear it.
If I don't own a TV, I don't own anything. I've lived in my Jeep for 8 fucking years. My radio didn't work for 5 of those years. So I didn't even get to listen to the radio. And I prayed for exposure to different kinds of music. And I love what he does, man. I can relate to how outside of the world he seems to be. He is, man, he's expressing passion in a way that I love. But goddamn, man, I don't want to sit here and ride your dick, bro. I don't. I love you, but I've got to say my own words. I gotta say everything my own way. And that's why I don't watch other comedians. The same reason I don't watch other comedians is the same reason I don't want to watch you. And I don't ever expect you to watch me. You're not going to sit around and be like, "Oh, let me see what Marshall's up to." No, man, you're going to be out there doing your own shit.
One day he's going to be like, "What's that crazy ass Marshall doing?"
Well,
one day.
Come on the show, Tom. If we could talk, man, there's only a handful of times. Some of the greatest pictures in the world that whenever I see like a great thing, it's when I see 2 people with great minds sitting in the same room, sharing just a couple of minutes together, and you know that they're like, we got this minute. The whole world's watching us, but we can just share a minute together. And if you want to do that, I'm right here, bro.
Yeah,
I'm right here.
Right
but
here.
We'll watch this last.
We're gonna watch it. It's 7. I'll play the audio this time, whatever. And you gotta listen to the lyrics, because while it does sound like he is kind of boasting, but you gotta listen to the song as to why he says.
You gotta be. I'm not saying you can't be bold. I'm just saying. Stay humble, man. Stay humble. It's a lesson I learned early on.
You're gonna see. You're gonna see.
Let's see what we got.
All right, don't look down. Put
Don't
your
look down.
headphones on.
Oh shit.
I know you
You
got.
know
You're
what,
like
I hate
fucking
the
headphones. Headphones.
I can't hide my frown, my smile is hiding from my mouth. I can't lie, my mind keeps finding time to fight myself. I dive so deep inside, feel like I died and I'm in hell. Or I'm so high, my eyes can't see the ground beneath the clouds. Don't look down. Don't look down. I tried to keep it quiet, silence on my cries for help. As long as I am rising till I'm upside down, I won't look down. This a meteoric rise, keep ignoring all the horror stories like so-and-so got way too famous and ended up killing himself with some pills and a knife. Ay, I am not the one who's gonna self-destruct, got it out the mud. I can way too far to fail or screw it up. I ain't dropping balls, I just blew them up. Ay, I will never let my mental illness be the cause of my downfall. I will never lie to none of my fans. If I did, it would sound wrong. I will never try convincing you dummies this isn't a town hall. Never look down, never look down. Just look around, y'all. Hey, all of my demons are here. All I can feel is fear. All I can do is keep being myself, and that's what I've been doing for 32 years. All of my haters came out, chasing my name for some clout. What are they angry about? They're climbing as high as their ladders can take them and screaming my name, but I don't look down. Hi guys, remember me? I'm the white guy. Everybody wanted to cancel. Nice try. Too sick, I might die right. 2 fists full of middle fingers, I got no time for high fives. Too rich for a drive-by. Pay the pilot on my private jet to keep it low and do a flyby. Take 9 knives on a bike ride. Why 9? Cause I heard that a has 9 lives. I'm the one that y'all hated. I'm the one who won the game, got paid and famous. I'm the one who laughed in all their faces and became the greatest since old Slim Shady. I'm the one who don't care. I'm the one who goes where no one goes cause they're scared. I'm the one who don't choke when the boat don't float. My throat gets no air. I can barely breathe all the air I need. Oxygen is very thin at the top. I can rarely sleep. Stars I'm underneath, shining too bright and I can't turn them off. I'm high as the birds now. Flying too close to the sun, gotta burn. Wow, I've been turning up and I ain't turning down. Maybe I should chill, but I ain't learning how. Hey, I'm not afraid of success. I'm afraid of what happens if I take a rest. I'm afraid that I'll end up where I was before in the hood with no money or food for the rent. I'm scared if I look at the water I'll drown. So I look at the sky and deny there's a ground. I'm not scared of the altitude up in the clouds. I'm scared of the fall, so I don't look down. You. Every single one of you. I can't even see you because I don't look down. 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 I can't hide my tears, I dry my eyes and more come out. I can't lie, my fear is suicide, not bank accounts. Keep my chin up, but my head weighs like 1,000,000 pounds. Feels like my neck might break, I hear it crack, ignore the sound. Don't look down. Don't look down. I tried to keep it quiet, silence all my cries for help. As long as I am rising till I'm upside down, I won't look down. This is a legendary climb, stand on the edge of the legend, it's very high. Think of the men who are dead cause it got to their head, it ain't cemetery time. I ain't the one who gon' throw it away cause I'm feeling too lonely up here. I ain't the guy who gon' break from the pressure, it's snowy, my pipes are not frozen up here. I don't wanna hear about these YouTube rappers, I am not in that bracket, punk. Billboard plaques all stacked in my mansion, 1,000,000 cash for my taxes, punk. Call me trash while I produce anthems, y'all attacking with plastic guns. I'm the biggest independent rapper in the world, you just live on my planet, punk. Got an acid tongue and massive lungs, every single track I've done is packed a punch. Used to be an addict, yup, I crashed a truck in Canada, going too fast, blackout drunk. I was nice at the start, but the mood all changed. The reactors who trash me for views are lame. Don't ask me to help you, remove no claims. If I see you punks, you go lose your chains. I am the one who they all call a liar. When I told them that I'd help my mom retire, they thought that I'd buy a new crib and a chain and a ring and a whip and some rims for the tires. Guess what? Mom don't work. Sent 100 grand in an LV purse. Made an album with Nova and Brandon. They own half the masters. I told them the fam comes first. Still got the pills that the doctor gave me to combat the depression and the panic attacks. I'm the type of person who won't even take a Tylenol, even when I got a dozen knives in my back. They're calling me whack, but I don't react. I don't have time to write raps, replying to trash. All me, the whole team, yeah, they trying to cap. I'm concrete, but my demons hide in the cracks. I'm the one. I ain't bought liquor for months, and you're lucky I'm sober. I'm nuts when I'm drunk, mix the whiskey with soda. The man I become would invite you all over. Put drugs in your punch. When you pass out, I'll wrap you in plastic and hit you with hammers and flatten your skull till it's crushed. I don't name names, I don't play games. I just aim straight and throw the gun. The rappers who hate act like family now. They try to jack my style like some hand-me-downs. They want 1,000,000 views, I want a Grammy now. And the closest they'll come is they Grammy's house. I don't even drink, but I'm planning how I can make a brewery in a massive house to give free booze out to these rapping clowns, and they can die using that to wash Zannies down. I'm the most successful guy to hold a pencil. I've been great for so long, I'm bored of flexing. I became a machine made of iron. Check inside, peel the skin off and let the metal shine. I've been the greatest for so long, it feels normal for me to be special. So much clout I can buy back the souls of these rappers that sold them for cash to the devil. Why is everybody always talking, criticizing how I'm doing it my way? If I'm so trash, why don't y'all release your videos on a Friday? Cause that's my day. Comparing our numbers, you cook like some fried eggs. Like white legs, you only get views if you say my name. Angry I'm famous and not a great rapper, and you've been working stupid hard. I don't have to rap fast to impress all my fans. I am a superstar! Man, I'm built for this, I kill for this. Never get back all the blood that I spilled for this. this. I'm at the top, it don't even seem high enough. I need a couple more hills and some stilts for this. Hey, there ain't nobody around. The top of the mountain, I scream and I shout. Nobody up here but me is allowed. The VIP section is deep in the clouds. Go ahead and call me a clown, cause I cannot hear it. Your sky is my ground. To look me in the eye, you'd have to reach the summit. I won't see you coming, I don't look down. If I stepped on glass and my feet on fire, my toes turn black and my shoes melt off and my bones touch ground, I will not look back, I cannot look down. I don't care about how hard it gets, I gotta be the fire in the dark, I guess. I got a beating heart inside an iron chest. If they're sleeping on me, I ain't trying to rest. Hope they die in their sleep while I climb to the peak and their eyes never see all the heights that I reach. I deserve it cause I took the stairs to the moon. I might die from exhaustion, but I like the view. I'm higher than planets. The average person would die from the temperature. Bodies are burning, the oxygen needed for life is inadequate. I hold my breath until I'm turning purple. All my life, all you did was doubt, and now my success gonna kill you now. Wish I could see him put you in the ground, but as bad as I want to, I'll never look down. You don't get it still. I am the one. You don't have to admit it to yourself. You don't have to admit it. You don't have to tell the whole world that when you look at me, you have to look up to me. And I don't look down. I look down. Everybody, please keep on talking. I am a superstar.
All right, Marshall, sober Marshall has now seen it.
That was the one we watched.
That's one we watched. Yeah,
The same one.
same one.
I didn't know we watched that before. I didn't know I watched that before.
We watched it last time. You were El Toro watched it.
I mean, I understand pain. I understand pain. I know what that's like. I know what that's like to experience pain. I know what that's like to trust people and have them betray you. I saw it. I know he knows that too. I know he knows it. I know he knows what that's like. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to have to try to build yourself when nobody believes in you. I know he knows what that's like. I can relate to him a lot. That's why I don't like to watch everything he does, because I don't want to be like him. I want to be myself. I want to spread the same message you're spreading, but in a different way.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up.
And I think that, no, man, I know what that's like, Tom. I respect what you do. I love what you do. I would love to see where you started, how you became who you are. I know my own journey. I know that, man, I started out trying to follow every fucking rule. They taught me early on in my fucking life. Every time I tried to do something I thought was right, there was always somebody trying to tell me that I needed to do it the way they wanted me to do it. Follow these fucking rules and you will get where you want to be. And I was so fucking conflicted between what I thought was the right thing and what I was being told was the right thing. And I can see that inside of you, man. I can see that. I can see everybody telling you, oh man, if you're like this, you're going to be a success. You got to listen to all these people. And I can see you saying to yourself, I'm going to do it my own fucking way. But the one thing you got to realize is not everybody can do that. Not everybody has the ability to do it their own fucking way. I didn't. For a long time in my life, I had no outlet. I tried to find it. I used to tape my fucking phone to the back fucking brake light of my Jeep and try to talk into my fucking phone and come up with a way for people to hear what I had to say. And I would post that shit somewhere and people would be like, oh man, who's this fucking loser in a fucking Walmart parking lot talking shit to his fucking phone? My own son would be like, what are you doing? I didn't have the production. I don't have a cloud around me. I don't have editors I don't have tattoos all over my fucking face. I don't have gold in my mouth. I don't even have teeth in my fucking mouth. I've got like 8 teeth fucking missing in my fucking mouth. It hurts every day. I wake up, my mouth is in pain every fucking day. I can't even imagine a fucking moment in my life where I have enough money to go to a fucking dentist and have a fucking dentist look at my fucking mouth and tell me how much it cost to fix all the fucking teeth that are missing in my fucking mouth that I can fucking pay for it. I don't even have that. And I don't think I ever will. I think I will die in my fucking life. People are like, oh, this guy died. We're going to check his dental records. I haven't been to a dentist in 30 fucking years. How the fuck are you going to check my dental records? Who the fuck are you going to ask? I don't even remember the last fucking time I was in a dentist. You got fucking gold on your teeth, bro. I can't relate to that. I respect where you are. But if I'm going to be where you are, I cannot fucking listen to what you have to say to get there. I've got to come up with the shit that happened to me in my fucking life. I've got to fucking tell people about what I've experienced. I've got to get there on my fucking own. I would love to talk to you, man. But I don't want to talk to you in front of people. I don't want to talk to you to fucking help me out in front of people. I want to talk to you one-on fucking one with nobody fucking around. Because I know that you and I can relate to where you came from and where I fucking came from. I get that in your music. But I'm not musical, so I'm not like you, man. And I hope you don't take offense to that. I love what you do, but I cannot watch you anymore. And I hope you understand that. And I hope all y'all people understand that too, man, because I'm trying to create my own fucking way. And it has nothing to do with being a success or making money. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I don't need no fucking money. Every time somebody's like, oh man, you just got fired. What are you going to fucking do? You just got fired from your fucking job. I'm like, you think I give a flying fuck about getting fired from a fucking job? Do you have any idea how many fucking jobs I've been fired from? I got fired from a job making $3.35 a fucking hour when I was a fucking 16-year-old kid. And the person was like, all you wanted to do was make money. I'm like, you think all I wanted to do is make fucking money? I came in here and scrubbed fucking pots for $3.35 fucking cents an hour. If I wanted to make fucking money, bitch, I'd rob a fucking bank. I wouldn't come in here and fucking scrub pots for $3.35 fucking cents an hour. You have no fucking idea what I would do for fucking money, you stupid motherfucker. I'll leave your fucking job. I will never fucking come back. I do not give one flying fuck. You have not humiliated me. You have not scared me at all. I'm going to go out in my fucking life and I'm going to speak my fucking mind. And if people want to fucking listen to me, fine. And if people want to think I'm fucking crazy, fine. I don't give a fuck. You know what I want to fucking do? I want to live free, bitch. I want to live my fucking life the way I want to live my fucking life. Thank you.
Whoa! I hope you like that one. I think that was well said. I get it, man. You just gotta do you. That honestly, that goes for anyone who's listened to this. Ever. You just have to go make your own path and you've got to do it yourself. Whatever it is. We talk about this at the end of at least 2 shows so far. Just go do it. Marshall said to me today, he said, if you want to do a show every day, we'll do a show every day. And I said, the only thing stopping us from doing that is just not fucking, if you want to do it, we just do it every day. It's not hard. There's nothing stopping us.
Right.
Except,
the
hey,
room is here.
Just, hey, do you want to do it? Yeah. Okay.
Well, let's be honest. Let's be honest. The only thing, it ain't ever been any time you've ever said, let's do a show. Is there ever been one single time that I've said no.
This motherfucker's like, I'm available Thursday, Sunday, after 5. Like, I gotta be at the gym until 6, and then after 5.
I gotta bring motherfuckers crabs. I gotta bring motherfuckers crabs.
And I'm like, do you want to do one in the morning? He's like, I can't do mornings. But you could do morning.
I'm not
Look,
a daytime.
I'm gonna tell
dude.
you.
I ain't a
I'm gonna tell you
daytime-
this because Gizmo's getting fucking crazy.
Is that a normal? Has that dog always been here?
No, he's not always here. He's been here a few times. But I'm gonna say you this. MVP. Damn right, Luke. So I'm gonna tell you this. You can go out there and get whatever you want. I drove around the lake over the weekend with Megan. I'm gonna have to open that door. Dog's gonna. He just bugs, pal. He just bugs shit out. But I drove around there because my goals in life are different. And if me and Megan didn't stay together, then I would go down a different path. Megan wants a lake house in her life. She wants to live on the lake. She wants to be married, all that shit. Me, I'd rather live on the ocean myself. I'd rather have an ocean house. She's scared of hurricanes destroying her house. Rather than on a lake. We drove around the lake on the boat, just looked at houses on the lake and was like, I wonder how much that house is. Dude, there is a house on Lake Lanier that looks like Donald Trump built it out of fucking pure America. It's on a fucking peninsula. It's white. It's colonial. Fucking American flag fucking round things hanging from that bitch. A flagpole. And I was like, that house is like 100. If it had I wouldn't be surprised if a bald eagle lived there. So fucking America. How much do you think that house was? I mean, it's a decent sized house. It wasn't some mega mansion on the lake. I'm like, I'm gonna Zillow that shit. How much is that fucking house? $1.2 million. And so Megan looks at that and goes, oh, I mean, never lived there. $1.2 million? Well, guess what? Someone fucking lives there. And someone didn't start with $1.2 million fucking dollars. And we drove around the lake and I just look at houses and I'm like, that's a cool house. I wonder how much that house is. $2 million. $500,000. Here's the deal. I left there and I was scrolling through TikTok. Gary Vee popped up. We're going to have to talk about Gary Vee. You don't know who Gary Vee is. Gary Vaynerchuk. But you would like Gary Vaynerchuk a lot. It just in life. You would like what his message is. And you've got your own message. You'd like it. And so I found this TikTok. Gary Vee was pumped. He did this thing. He was so super excited. Spent $270 at a garage sale. Preface this with Gary Vaynerchuk is worth over $500 million. He fucking loves garage sales. He loves the thrill of flipping shit he finds at garage sales. And he wants to tell you, motherfucker, if you want to make $1 million and you don't have any fucking money, go to a garage sale. Maybe Marshall's like, maybe they did start. So anyway, I sent this video to Jacob. I showed it to Megan. He was so jacked that he had bought 12 boxes of books at a garage. He was out garage selling all morning. Came up with nothing in New Jersey. Okay? Or Pennsylvania. He's in Pennsylvania. Came up with nothing. He finds this garage sale has 12 boxes of these manga books, like Japanese anime books. He knows nothing about them. He buys all 12 boxes for $270. Right? Gets back in the car. He's stoked. He's like, fuck, it's been $270. Got 12 boxes of fucking books. He'll pull one out. This book's $30 book on Amazon. $30 right here. Boom. It's fucking crazy. So then they count books in one box. There's 86 books in the first box. Let's just say there's 80 books in every box. It's got 1,000 books. Let's just say I sell each book for $10. That's $10,000 from 270 bucks. Cut it in half. Let's just say $5 a book. Right? I don't even get $10. That's $5,000 out of 270. Let's just say that's crazy, and we get $3 a book.
It's a lot of math.
$3,000 off $270. And I showed her, and Megan is super good at thrifting. She loves Goodwill. Most of her entire wardrobe is from Goodwill. She loves fucking Goodwill. She'll go there. She'll buy shit for the kids. She'll buy shit for me. She'll buy shit for herself. She'll buy all kinds of deals at Goodwill. So I told her, I said, you know what? She's the kind of person who she's so traditional. She's like, well, I just get a job and I work and they pay me and I have retirement and I live this life. And she lives that path, that straight, narrow, American, industrialized path, right? You just
in it, that's what you do. You pick a career, you go to college, get a degree, you do just do this. This is how much money I make. This is the life I live. I don't live that life. I live the life of like, hey, there's no road here. We're gonna fucking build a road. Where's it going? Fucking wherever I take it. And I just jump. They say this, entrepreneurs, right? We don't get a parachute and go skydiving. We jump and we build a parachute on the way down. That's what we do. We just take the risk and we figure it out. And so I told her, I said, I'm gonna do a challenge with you. I'm gonna give you $50. We're gonna go to Goodwill. We're gonna spend $50 on things that you can turn into $100. 100% return. It's a good return on money, right? So we went out, we bought a bunch, spent $86. So far, I've recouped 76 of the 86, selling 2 items. Got a bunch left. What I'm saying is, you can go out there and do whatever it is that you want to do. There's nothing stopping you. Marshall says that this is the opportunity. Opportunity was always there. It's just, this is the only time that Marshall has seized the opportunity. That's a fact. You've told me other people wanted you to do shit. Maybe they weren't as technically savvy as me. Doesn't mean they wouldn't figure it out. Maybe they're not as funny as me, or as good of a host as me, or as handsome as me, or didn't have. I gave this motherfucker 2 free as fuck shirts. He wears the same yellow shirt here every time. I'm gonna fucking put a stamp. I'm gonna stamp it on when he walks in the front fucking door.
I learned that from Einstein, man.
You don't know Einstein. You didn't learn shit from
learned it
Einstein.
from Einstein.
You know what I learned from Einstein? I flick the light switch, lights are on.
No, man. Einstein has so many messages.
So many messages, cryptic ones,
Yeah,
yellow
man.
shirts, black
No, man.
pants.
No.
That or is a
Einstein-
Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Einstein said wear the exact same thing every single day of your life.
Why would you do that?
So you have to put no thought into what you wear.
For what purpose? Does that make
So
sense?
that you could spend.
First of all, I will argue that we are men. We inherently put zero thought into what we wear. You can ask any woman I know. Megan, no bullshit. Megan, no bullshit. Damn it, Gizmo. I'm making a point. She is in the
where
car.
is that dog coming from?
It's Megan's dog. So,
Ouch.
no bullshit.
Ouch. Ouch.
He's from Hungary. He was imported here. He's a fucking European dog. Don't start with that dog.
I'm not
Love
mad at
that
him.
dog.
I'm just saying.
All
Like,
right, so anyway,
I'm used to.
to your point of wearing the same
I'm
thing.
used to chicks bringing dogs into your life and
Yeah,
being like,
well.
"Hey, this is your dog now." And I'm like,
Look, I talked her into getting the dog. She wanted one of those dogs since forever, and she's like, "I'm never gonna get one." 'Cause that dog was like $5,000. First of all, crazy, right?
right. If you're a dude and you're gonna earn $5,000 to buy a dog,
I didn't pay for the dog. She paid for the dog. It's her dog. But I was just like, yeah, fucking send it. Whatever, dude. Get your dog. You want a dog? Get your dog. Live your best life. So anyway, coming back to where no thought. We're driving in the car. She remembers.
I'm saying
some
Einstein, man.
She sees
I'm
some
saying
fucking.
Einstein.
Look, let me tell you. She sees a pencil skirt thing. She's talking about going to this bachelorette bullshit. Last time I wore a pencil skirt was July 2015. No, her. 2015 with this maroon top. These black. I'm like, why in the fuck would you remember that? Why? How? I can't remember what I wore yesterday. I don't have a big wardrobe. It's t-shirts, most of which I made, and I have like 6 pairs of shorts.
Well then, all right. Well then,
Zero thought goes into any man's wardrobe.
No, so you're wrong. You're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
Maybe about your own, you're okay. But I'm just saying, like in terms of me, I'll just say for myself. I've got 4 shirts. They're all these.
That's not true. I gave you 2 shirts.
I don't
6
have
shirts.
any more.
Where did they go?
I don't know.
This motherfucker.
I've got 4 pairs of pants. They're all these green shorts. That's it. And I've got
You better have 8 pair of underwear.
4. I'm just saying, man. Look,
Luke says he thinks about his wardrobe somewhat. Yeah, I do too.
Luke's
Black
our biggest
shirt,
fan.
black shirt,
Luke,
gray shirt.
I'll issue this to you, Luke. I don't know you. Thank you. I thank you for supporting me while I drink El Toro. This is what the only thing that I do. Look, I watched Unison. I watched Tom McDonald, I get it. You guys are talented and funny, and people love your
Bro,
shit.
he's watching it because you're amazing. You got opinions about shit that's happening in the world, and they're good opinions. And people like it.
I would like that. I would like to make the world a better place, and in order to do that, I've studied 3 people in my life. There's only 3 people that I admire and look up to. I mean, I love Tom. I love whoever else is out there, but I follow 3 people. Einstein, he's the smartest person that ever lived. Gandhi, he's the most peaceful person that ever lived. And keep the last person to myself.
Ah, damn. It's me, just in case you want. It's definitely me. It's this guy right here.
But man, this is the best my life has ever been. Y'all think that the world is some crazy fucking success. It ain't about money, man. It's just about being able to speak, being able to talk,
It's true, man.
being able to talk. That being able to talk is what makes you free as fuck.
There you go.
I've learned this about life, that there's nothing worse than being some crazy ass dogs. I will say this to all y'all. I've got a little shot of tequila here because I love tequila. I love it. Sometimes I feel like it's my only friend. And I want to do a shot. I want to do a shot to anybody who's listening. Because I want to tell this to you. I want to say this to all the people in the world. The only thing that you can do, the only thing that you can do is believe in yourself. The people that you think love you, sometimes those people are the people rooting against you. And I don't understand why they do it, but they do. And they are rooting against you. And even as they're clapping and chanting your name, they want you to fail. You know who always roots for you?
Oh, no.
I love you, El Toro.
El Toro roots for Marshall and Marshall alone. Oh, man. There you go.
What else you want to talk about, man? Want to talk about anything else?
Trying to think of what else
I got
happened.
one more.
I'll tell you this much. That dog has set up a hell of a trap underneath your chair. It's impressive. There's a bunch of thumbtacks underneath Marshall's chair.
We'll talk about one more.
One more? All right, let me think about what I saw. You had CPAC on there, but I'm not really following that except for that someone trolled Caitlyn Jenner at CPAC. I just don't give a fuck about CPAC. I don't care. The headlines around. I'll summarize CPAC for you real fast. Donald Trump is the Republican lead for 2024. People don't like Caitlyn Jenner. They trolled her. That's pretty much the extent of it.
Right.
I don't know anything else about it.
Let me say this. Trump, if you run again, just say no. If you run again, I'll bring you down my goddamn self.
Man, you ain't bringing down Donald damn Trump. Please.
Go ahead.
Man, look. If
Go
Hillary
ahead.
Clinton couldn't bring down Donald Trump, you don't stand a chance.
Hillary Clinton ain't got fucking shit on me. You think
And just like that,
You
folks,
think- you
Marshall
think-
will never be seen again.
you think
You can't say her name and then anything bad.
you think I'm fucking afraid of Hillary Clinton?
Everyone should be afraid of Hillary Clinton.
Oh, bro. All right. Well, then what else you got? One more. I know you got. Because when I walked in, you were like, "I got a bunch of topics."
I didn't tell you. You said you had 7 things, and then I asked you what they were. We went down a couple of them, and I didn't. I put them in the tags because I needed to put them in the tags because people can search it and see what we're actually talking about.
All right, well, then give me 1 second. I'll come up with a new one.
All right, you got a topic out there. If you're listening, type it in there.
Nobody's
We'll
listening.
come up to it. Luke's listening, man. Luke's always listening.
Luke.
He's out there. Clara had to go. She had a family thing come up. She's out. You had new election laws and you had voter fraud on your list.
You didn't discuss either one. All right, well, then let me say this.
Okay.
New election laws against voter fraud.
Somehow.
By the way, every time I leave here, I am at risk of being arrested. New voter laws. I have tried to study this as much as I possibly can. I have tried to learn as much about what they're doing. And the only thing that they're trying to do, can I ask any Republican that is listening to this show, any Republican, what are you offering to make the world better? Give me one thing that you are doing besides trying to keep people from voting, but besides trying to recalculate the vote from 8 months ago. Give me one thing that any Republican in America is trying to do to make the world better. One thing, please, because I watch Fox News all day, every day, and I would love to hear a Republican not talk about how bad Joe Biden is. Ooh, Joe Biden, he's a dumbass. He's Joe Biden. Can we bring another person in to talk about how bad Joe Biden is? Can we have a panel. We're bringing in a panel to talk about Joe Biden. I would love a Republican to say one fucking thing that a Republican is suggesting that we do to make any part of America better. Say it. Say it. Say what you're doing. Say your suggestion. Say what you're trying to do to make the world better. And I would say this. Nothing.
Here's what I'm going to say to voter fraud. If they do a vote for anything, and they do a recount, and the recount does not match the initial count, we have a problem. We have an initial problem. I don't care if it's 200 votes or 5,000 votes. Marshall, what if I told you this? You waited all day, you went and voted, but we counted it wrong. Sorry. Didn't count. You voted for this guy, but we didn't get it. So we recounted it and we found it that it was wrong. How would you feel? Just you and you alone.
Where is that happening?
Well, they've obviously done recounts where the numbers don't fucking match. So your vote didn't matter somewhere.
Well, let's be honest.
You, as a hypothetical person who was a real person in a realistic scenario.
Actually,
your vote didn't matter. Someone's vote didn't matter. Didn't count. We're doing things in 2021 in an archaic way. It doesn't make any sense. I can log onto my bank with this phone and my fucking fingerprint. That's it. You want to vote? Get your phone, fingerprint. You don't have a phone? Cool. Go down to the fucking voting station. Fingerprint ID. We need to know it's you.
Can we be honest?
Vote.
Can we be honest?
Why is it hard?
Can we be honest? Can we be honest? Can we be honest?
Be honest.
Do you truly think that Donald Trump won the election?
You know what I truly think?
Yes.
Doesn't matter
No.
which one won.
No, wait, stop.
It
Don't
doesn't matter.
say that. Don't. No.
Do I
This is
believe
a
that
yes
Joe Biden?
or no?
No, I
This
do
is
not
a
believe.
yes or no. This is not a
I
blah,
do
blah,
not.
blah, 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 blah
Chance.
question. I want to ask you this question. I want you to answer this question. I want you to say the truth. I want you to the 3 people that are still attached to what we're saying, I would love for you to say, do you truly believe in your mind that Donald Trump won this election?
Yep. I'm going to say this. I will say that only because I do not believe that Joe Biden got the most votes in presidential history. 0% chance of that happening in my mind. I don't believe the vote count is correct. Maybe he did win, but there's 0% chance in my brain the count is actually the amount of people that matter. And that's because they go, oh, well, we did a recount. We found this, this one. It wasn't enough to overturn the election, clearly. But it's enough to go, why do we ever even have, why should a recount ever even be a thing? Why? It's 2021. Richard Branson just flew in space for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Elon Musk launched a rocket 10 miles in space.
And
I can communicate with you on this.
Somehow
we just
amidst
miscounted shit.
all that information, amidst all that accurate, do you think that that's a picture of me and my son? Do you think that's a picture of me and my son? Do you think that's, do you think somebody made up that picture of me and my son? Do you think somebody put that on my, look, man.
There's 0% chance. Why are we hand counting ballots in
Because
2021?
Republicans don't want to accept reality.
What's
That's
reality? That's how they did it
Here's
the
reality.
first time.
Let me explain to you reality.
Plus
I'll
the
explain to you
recount.
reality. I'll explain to you reality. Here's reality. There's how many people involved in an election? How many
billion
election
people.
fiction? How
A
many
lot.
elections? How
I
many
don't know.
election people? How many people are at polls? How many?
Thousands.
Right.
Tens of thousands, maybe.
So tens of thousands. So in order for them to coordinate, what would have to happen?
First of all, they'd have to stop hating each other by the color of their skin.
What would have to happen for the people who are independently involved in election things? This is something we should talk about. How many people are involved at the local level in elections?
Hundreds in the local level.
No, when 2020.
We're talking local.
2020.
Like
2020 was a national election. How many people locally combined were involved in this election?
80%. You're talking about involved as in they voted, they were
No,
working the polls and stuff.
Like overseeing what happened.
I don't know.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
we'll never know. that
Nobody
number.
knows.
Nobody knows. To the people who fucking work there.
A lot of shit. Can we come up with the number shitload?
A lot of people.
Shitload of people.
Yeah.
Let's just say shitload.
Shitload.
Let's use the term shitload of people.
All right. Shitload.
Okay. So there's a shitload of people involved. In order for there to be some type of way for the shitload of people in charge to change, I can't post the word bitch on Facebook without being banned for 30 days. So do you really think that a local person involved in a voting process can change the way the votes are counted without somebody being alerted
Yeah.
to the
I
fact
do.
I think so.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my God.
not on a massive scale.
No, not on a massive
Not
scale.
on a massive scale.
So
On a
the
small
difference
scale,
between 81 million and 75 million, do you really believe?
All right, so
I'm asking you,
we're
look,
talking
because
national.
I respect the fact that you're an
Okay.
intelligent
I'm gonna
person.
do some math.
I respect the fact that you're an intelligent
We're about
person.
to math this motherfucker right now. 6 million votes difference. Okay, 6 million. How many votes does it one individual at one poll station are they in charge of? How many votes go through their hands? Would you guess? Just make up a number. We don't fucking know. Just make it up. Make up a number that's
500.
fuck that. It's way more than 5. They're working like 10 hours. 500.
No,
They're
no, no,
like
no,
at
no, no, no,
500
no.
now.
No, hold on. There's
a
not
process.
one. There's not one person there.
No, I'm
There's
not
not one
person.
fucking
I'm asking
person.
you one person.
How
We're
much
gonna
is
do math.
one person responsible for?
doing math.
I'm saying one person at
500
a look.
votes.
No,
You
I'm
said
saying
500.
Yeah,
Okay, 500 votes. 500 votes that they opened up and they did whatever they had to do to make it.
I'm saying on average, some people count like 6 votes. Some people count like 20,000.
Okay, so average 500.
500.
All right, now we go nationwide.
Yeah.
How many poll workers
Yeah.
are there? I just
I'm
want to know
trying to
what the
prove.
margin of error would have to
I'm
be.
trying to prove that there's a possibility that fucking Donald Trump is going to be the president in August. And let me assure you of this, America, he's not going to be the fucking president in August. He lost an election that was overseen by 9 million fucking people, and 81 million people voted against it. They didn't even vote for Biden. They didn't even like Biden. You're right. Every time I hear people are like, nobody's a Biden fan. I'm like, you're right. They're not. They don't fucking like him. You're right. He's, does he have dementia? Maybe. Maybe he does. They would rather have him in charge than a guy that almost brought this fucking country to its fucking knees while he was scamming us out of billions of fucking dollars and employing every incompetent human being who's ever lived. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. I do not like Marshall. He should be fired.
That's not what it said. I'm saying currently in our system, there's a level of human error that is unacceptable. I don't care. Look, he's not gonna be
81
president.
million to 75
First of all, you have to
million.
believe that 81, he got 81 million votes.
I will say this.
He could have
I
been
know
76 million,
I've
75.
met 100 million fucking people. I went out and I talked to 100 million fucking people. I personally fucking met every single one of them. I shook their hand. I talked to them. I made them sign something. I got their ID. I got their fucking social security number. I have a list in my pocket right fucking now. Every single one of them signed a paper that I have. It's the receipt from the Juicy Crab, where they came in and enjoyed a nice meal. And I would like every single fucking one of them to let the world know that the only fucking thing they gave a shit about, I asked them, I'm like, excuse me, folks. I see you're at the Juicy Crab. What would you like to eat tonight? And they said, I would like to vote against Donald Trump because he's a fucking dick. He's a fucking asshole. He's a fucking piece of shit. He has conned America out of what we are entitled to. We are all suffering There are riots in every fucking city in America. People are dying every single fucking day of nothing, a disease that he completely created because he's a fucking moron. And we'd like this to end. How can we do this? And I'm like, look, you don't even have to vote for Joe Biden. Just vote against Donald Trump. When you see Donald Trump on one side, vote for the other fucking guy. Even if he's a complete dick. And he is. I'm not going to lie. Joe Biden. Look, I ain't no fan of Joe Biden. I ain't no fucking fan of Joe Biden. But if it'll get rid of Donald Trump and Donald Trump Jr., who is the biggest disgrace on the face of the earth, and his dumbass fucking girlfriend, who is the even Donald Trump doesn't fucking like Kimberly Guilfoyle or whatever the fuck her fucking name is.
Fall out of my chair.
And, oh wait, hold on. Do we get who's that motherfucker? Ivanka and her fucking boyfriend. What's her boyfriend?
First of all, that bitch is married. They're all married.
Oh, what's his name? What's that motherfucker's name?
Kushner.
Oh, Jared Kushner. Yeah, he didn't. Hey, I'm Jared Kushner. I'm a fucking intelligence. I'm in the White House. I'm working in the White House. I'm an international. I'm going to tell you how to fucking run the White House. I'm going to solve the Middle East peace crisis. That's what this motherfucker said. Are you out of your fucking mind? Are you out of your fucking mind? Wait, let me just. Ivanka Trump sold purses. And then she became a White House advisor. Are you fucking shitting me? Look, Rex Tillerson. Oh, Rex. We're going to put Rex in charge of the State Department. I'm going to hire the best and the brightest. Oh, by the way, Mexico is paying for a wall. I'm going to make I've got a better health care plan. I've got a plan that's going to cover everybody. we're going to get infrastructure. Let me tell you something about infrastructure. I've been waiting for it my whole life. I have lived on a shitty road my whole life. There's been a shitty road in front of my house my whole life. I have lived in my car for most of my life. So I know about roads because I've been driving in the house that I fucking live in on the roads in America most of my fucking life. And here's what I can tell you about infrastructure. It sucks everywhere in America. In Boston, it sucks. In Atlanta, it sucks. In Florida, it sucks. In Georgia, it sucks. In Texas, it sucks. The infrastructure in America sucks. There's people that can't drink fresh fucking water in America. Why is that in the richest fucking country in goddamn America? I don't fucking understand why our infrastructure sucks. Because every single time there's an election, a fucking person running for office tells me they're going to fix the fucking infrastructure. Let me tell you what they're not going to do. Fix the fucking infrastructure. Because they all are fucking lying. The only thing they fucking give a shit about is their goddamn fucking selves. They don't fucking care about you. Oh, you're an essential fucking worker? Are you an essential fucking worker in America? There are people making $10 an hour that don't think you deserve more than $7.25 fucking cents an hour. Do you know why they don't fucking believe that? Because they've been told that by the assholes that are making $10 billion fucking dollars a goddamn hour. All right, I need another shot of fucking goddamn.
You don't need any more damn El Toro. The bowl is out. The bowl is out.
I love El Toro.
Oh man, it's almost. We've been at this thing.
Am
for
I
a
right or
minute.
wrong? Am I right or wrong?
You're not wrong. You ain't wrong, buddy. You're not wrong. Look, we need a different solution. We need Tom McDonald for president. Tom McDonald for president.
I love Tom. I love Tom. You know I love Tom.
All right, man. Look, we're at 8:45. We have been at this for 3 hours almost. It's been a minute. I think
What do we do? What do we want to do as an exit? Can we do an exit? I don't like to walk off without a finale.
And now,
Tom would not walk off unless his face was totally covered with a. His face would be like taped up. He would have a pink tuxedo on with a ski mask.
but now it's gonna be when you step on all them thumbtacks that dog put on.
Jesus Christ, Luke Johnson is.
Luke Johnson is 12 hours ahead of us. He lives in the future. It's almost 9 a.m. where Luke is. He's in Perth.
I will say this, Luke. Thank you for being our one and only commenter.
He's not our only commenter. He's just the only one left after 3 hours. We had
Yeah.
a bunch of them, man. We had a lot of people up there that talked to us. We had a good show today. We had a bunch of viewers show up.
And we'll be back.
We'll be back.
We'll be back at some point. Whenever I get a message,
I'm gonna be like, you need to be here, and we're gonna do this. The shit just went down.
all I
Shit
need,
went
all
down.
I need is a bottle of tequila shipped directly to my man's address.
Yeah, we're gonna get him some different fucking tequila.
Something other than
Luke
Outdoor.
gave us a super chat, so we're gonna get you some. We're gonna get you some more tequila to
Thanks.
try. Something
Thanks.
better than
Thanks,
El
man.
fucking Toro.
All right. So on our way out, let's do one last topic.
All right, it's gotta be something.
All right.
lighthearted.
No.
Do
Of
something
course. I want to ask you this question.
All right.
Relationship.
Okay.
What's the most important thing that a man looks for in a woman?
That's gonna be different depending on what man you're talking
Don't
about.
stumble it out.
It is. It's gonna differ depending on who you're talking to, for sure. Because
I'm
all
talking to
men
you.
are different.
I'm talking
Me?
to you.
What quality do I look for?
What is the most, no, not what quality. What is the most important quality that you look for when you're trying to figure out, when you're looking at a girl and you're trying to be like, should I fucking stay with this fucking chick or what?
Okay, I can tell you this because I have been well, like me and Megan dated for like us over a year.
Y'all
and
broke
then
up?
We did. We took a break and then we're working it back out. We never really like broke up. She just, for her it was different because she's younger, she doesn't have kids. I have kids, I'm older. So it's like a life decision for her. But I can tell you this. As someone who was married for 12 years, and when I look at Megan, I've known for a while that I would love to spend the rest of my life with her, for sure.
I've met her,
You've
right?
met her, yeah. And she has a very kind soul. And it's kind of hard to put it into words, but someone who is selfless and caring about just people around them is what you need in your life.
What about the body?
I mean, it's important to be attracted to the person for sure.
Is
But
that-
my problem with
So
someone who is overweight, or I find them just not to live a healthy lifestyle, and I'm not. That's a put off for me. Like for me personally, it's like, all right, well and I'm not talking someone who's like Megan. Look, you've met her. You probably didn't really pay much attention to her because she just popped in and out. But she is not an unfit person. She goes to the gym 7 days a week. She considers herself fat, which is crazy. She's not happy with it. She has bad body image issues. However, that is just a side effect of her growing up and the way that she was raised. But I will say this. When I see someone who is overweight and big and sloppy and doesn't want to take care of themselves, I don't want to
spend time. Like, that's not the person I want around. I want someone who, they don't have to be some fitness model, but I don't want someone who's overweight. It's unhealthy lifestyle. For me, that's the way I look at it. Like, oh, well, I'd like to go do this activity. You couldn't make it.
I want to
No
walk
way.
up a hill.
I would like to.
I would like to walk across the street.
Something like that.
You can't.
Yeah. So, obviously physical attraction is important for most men. When I look at it, like, I was always attracted to Megan, but what made me really want beyond attraction, like just physical attraction, is just the time we spent together. I just loved her as a person. And that's not something like I can be superficial for sure. Everyone can. We all have the ability to be superficial with people in our lives. Like, oh, well, she's hot or she's ugly or whatever. And that's fine. You don't have to date everybody. I think most people would say men meet women and they just want, the first thing that goes to mind is, would I fuck that person? It's like, first thought, yes or no. If no, do I still want this person around my life? If yes, how long do I have to wait until option A appears? Now, I'll tell you this, when I got divorced, I didn't have a lot of friends. I had like 2 or 3 people that I talked to regularly in my life. And I met a lot of women that I just wanted to be friends with. I had an easy time talking to them and being around women. So you can go ahead. I'll continue this conversation. You can go ahead. And so for me, I met a lot of women that I was just friends with. And it was easy to be friends with them knowing I had no expectation of anything else. Like, that was my end game, was no expectation. I don't need this relationship to go to any sexual level. I just enjoy your company. I enjoy hanging out with you. I enjoy talking to you. And a lot of dudes are just dickheads. So I had some friends, and that's how it went. Now, I know from the other perspective, on the women's side of things, when they meet males and have guy friends, that option A is always number one on the table. Always number one on the table. Like, well, we can be friends until we're not friends anymore. And so when me and her took this break and, she just wanted to really think about our relationship, whether or not she wanted to commit to being with someone who was a little older than her, that already had kids, whether she would have kids or not, all this other things that came, a million things. Like, I'm not the person that she grew up thinking that she was going to be with. I'm the opposite of that person. However, she had a lot of friends on social media and stuff. People that they're not around. Let's be honest. They're not there every day in your life. They might send you a message or a photo or whatever. Or you have some kind of banter back and forth. They know a little bit about your life, but they're just waiting for an opportunity. So when we, took this break that we took, they all of a sudden now it's an influx of, she's thinking, I need to just think about my life, whether or not I want to spend the rest of it with him. I need to think about that. And we still talk pretty much every day. I still saw her all the time. And so then it was all of these other people that showed up out of the woodwork that she talked to. Oh, I want to go out with you. I'm in love with you. I want to do this. So it was overwhelming. Now, those people to me were always there. They were just waiting in the wind. And so when you ask me what I look for in a person, in a relationship, I look for someone who is kind. I look for someone who accepts you for who you are. Someone you can be yourself around is very important. That's probably one of the most important things. It's someone that you can communicate with. You're going to go through ups and downs in your life, and you got to be there. You got to be their support. And as men, I will tell you this: we carry the burden of the earth. I always think of that like Atlas carrying the earth on his shoulders. That is most men. If you're a man in a relationship and you have a family, you have a kid, that is your life. That is every day you wake up with this thing on your shoulders. You carry it with you every day. And it's, it's work. It's this. It's your interaction with people. It's, all right, is everyone happy? Is everyone okay? Are you upset? And
I've found myself, and I did a podcast on the TMF channel about it, and Luke watched it with me, and I talked about it in that sometimes there's just none of you left. As a man, you give up everything that you have, and at the end of the day, no one gave you anything back. And that's just part of what we endure as men, I feel. And there are some women who give 100% of them to a man and get nothing in return. It does go both ways. But I do feel oftentimes the burden on the man to be the breadwinner and the caretaker and the person who supports the relationship, all that stuff is very immense. So it's tough. But when I look for someone, if I'm going to say I'm going to spend someone the rest of my life with someone, I want to be attracted to them for sure. Or at least see a potential for them to be their better self. Because honestly, look, no one's perfect. I'm not the best version of me, but I promise you this. I'm a better version if she's by my side. I want to be better for her. And I want to bring her up to a level that I want her to be at. And I want to reach also the standards that she has for her own life. Look, I'm not ADD in the least bit. I don't make plans for shit. The best plans I make is like, Marshall, what are you doing at 5:30? And it's 5:24 p.m. That's me making plans. She's planning out.
I thought I was fired.
Dude, she's picking a dress out for a 30-year birthday party 2 years from now. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? I'm thinking about what I'm going to do maybe for dessert. At the end of the day, I don't think that far ahead. I live in a clean house, but it's definitely not her level of clean. Filthy compared to her. So I want to elevate my life to be a little bit better for her. And I want her ambitions to be a little bit better because of me. I want to bring her to my level in some way. So I look for all kinds of things in a partner, but mostly they got to be kind and they got to be just a genuinely good person. I think you feel that from people. I do. And I'll tell you this. I didn't really talk. I haven't talked about it on the other podcast either. But when I got divorced, I met a woman that she was a stripper. Let's be honest. I met a stripper. And I didn't know her in any way. I'd never seen her before. And I honestly did not care that she was a stripper or that she was even naked. But when I saw her, I said to myself, I need to talk to her. I was walking out the door. I was down in a strip club because I just wanted to talk to a woman. I don't care if they're naked. They're just there, and they're there to give you some sort of company. And I was in a sad place, and I wanted to talk to somebody about what I was going through and what possibly a woman's perspective would have been. It sounds crazy, but it was easy.
Strip clubs are not always a happy place.
They're not, but there are sometimes they're full of people who are good at understanding people. But long story short, I saw this woman, and really look, she was hot, no lie. But I saw her and I just said, I need to talk to you for some reason. I don't know. And I went up to her and I said, hey, do you mind if I talk to you for a minute? And she was like, yeah, okay. And we sat down and I just talked to her. And dude, I will not lie to you, man. I had a connection with this person that I could not explain. And she had a connection with me that she could not explain. And we became friends and a little more than friends eventually. But she became a very vital part of my life. And there was no reason behind it. It was just, I met you and there's something about you that I just need to talk to you about life. And I've never had a connection like that with anybody else in my life. And I feel like she was there for a reason. She had just gotten to Atlanta like 4 days prior to me even being there. There's no reason I would even be in this place. It was a random decision. Two people came together and we formed a bond that was, for me, was very emotionally intense. And it was wild. And she changed my viewpoint on a lot of things in my life, going through divorce and everything. And a person to talk to. And it was wild. I think there's somebody out there for everyone. And I knew at the end of it all, because my wife, she knew about her. I talked to her about this woman that I'd met. We were going through fucking therapy and trying to work shit out. And honesty is important. And look, there was no like sexual lust thing over this woman. It was an emotional connection. And that hurt her even more. But at the end of the day, but where was I going with that? I don't remember.
The woman, the thing you're
Yeah.
looking for in a woman.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, there was something about her that I was just drawn to. I think there's somebody out there for everyone. Maybe you'll find her, maybe you won't. But I feel like she was put. I ran into her serendipitously in my life, at a point in my life when I just needed to know that on the other side of what I was going through is going to be okay. And I knew I knew her in my life was not permanent. Like, this woman is going to come in here into a tornado that is my life. And she was the calm of the storm. And on the other side, she would not be there, but I would be okay. And I was right. One day she up and left. She was gone. But she's also in 100% 2020 reverse vision. If I never met her that day, you would not be sitting here right now.
Well, here's what I can
You would not be. And you know why
Here's what I
that?
can say.
You know why you wouldn't be here, Marshall? Because I never would have went down to Midtown. I never would have went down to the Laughing Skull. I never would have had lunch at the yacht club or dinner at the yacht club. I never would have went to the brew house, and I never ever would have went back to the brew house. And we never would have met. And at some point, there was a pebble that created the Free as Fuck podcast, and her name is Jenny Jackson. And she's out there somewhere, and I'm sure she'll listen to this one day because she had great aspirations for me to do this.
All right. Well, we're trying it. We're trying it.
And there you go.
We're out there.
Long
And here's
story
what I'll
short.
say.
There you go.
I'll finish it up because this time I'm not as drunk as I normally am. I'll say some people are born free, some people die free. Some people just live free as fuck. God bless you all. God bless America. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, everybody. That wraps it up, man. 9:01 p.m. We will see you guys on the next episode, episode 12. We had a great time. It was a long one. If you listen to the whole thing, you are a true OG. Other than that, man, y'all can watch me lose money every day in the stock market. Losing all that shit. I don't give a fuck. Luke said, your plans are calls and options. You damn right. My calls and my options. I'm like, I should buy a put, and then I click call. I should buy some options. I lose all my money. But I'm doing better. Look, being more fiscally responsible. We're moving forward. But I love you all. Leave us comments. Definitely, if you want to support the podcast, you can buy shirts. I will send you a fucking shirt. Dude, my bike shop business, they're amazing. Don't lie. I love all of my 1-star reviews.
He deserves a
and they're
shirt.
hilarious.
Luke deserves a shirt.
Luke does deserve a shirt. My reviews on Google are awesome. I tell everyone to leave me a 1-star review and just light me up because I don't give a fuck. I don't care. It's absolutely hilarious. Don't risk more than 2%. I'm like, I have Luke. I am always like, I have 2% left. I'm down 98%. It'll come back. It did on Friday. Snapchat paid out. But I was down big time. You got to join. I haven't seen you on the lives, but you got to get back on. I'm on the Discord. Look, I'm trading. Oh, no. Over 2 Customs? No, I haven't looked at that one. I'm looking at the Atlanta Custom back one. Marshall, be safe, my friend.
Have a good night, bro.
Don't let pal bite you in the ass on the way out.
Guys, you didn't fire me.
Nah, man. You can only fire yourself. That's how that works.
Anytime you text me, I'll be here.
Hey, man. You better fucking be here. So, no, not over 2 Customs, but Atlanta Custom Backers. I get a bunch of 1-stars. They're awesome. I fucking love them. I tell everyone to leave me a 1-star because I just don't give a fuck about reviews. I feel like people who write reviews are just a bunch of damn Karens, and I don't care. And honestly, I'm out of that business soon anyway, so it is what it is. But I do like t-shirts, man. I got to do a Google thing for TMF and the Free as Fuck podcast. So I'm going to get out of here because I got to put my sheets in the dryer before Megan gets here. My bed is not made. The dog shit in my closet. I've already cleaned that up. Still stinks. The dog shits every time in my closet. Don't like it. But that's what happens when I'm in here with Marshall. So I appreciate you guys. It has been a blast. This was a long one. And we will catch you guys maybe a couple times this week. We'll see what happens. Till then, stay free as